Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
And the total institution as well as the total community is very much grateful for your gracious presence today. And we are very fortunate enough because to have you. Sir, let me introduce Dr. Pradeep Rathi, Mr. Pradeep Rathi, and today is the keynote speaker. So he is the mentor and founder chief of the I Zone of Mumbai. So today the three speakers we have invited, two from India, one from abroad, all are entrepreneur also, very successful entrepreneur. Mr. Pradeep Rathi is the mentor and chief of the I Zone Mumbai. Besides that, he is also at present the regional vice president of Computer Society of India, looking the affairs of the Maharashtra and Goa. Rathiji Sanjeev sir, the Honorable Vice Chancellor of the Mahatma Gandhi Central University, Motihari, and a scholar of the international stature. And I became very much amazed when I saw that sir is connected with the academic activities of 150 universities. That we can't imagine. And a bull leader and publisher, and visited many places at abroad for delivering the keynote address, being the chief guest, being the guest preside over the sessions and all these things. And a very widely and notable academician, definitely in the country should be proud enough for the academician of this stature. And Bhavesh has joined?
No, sir, not yet joined, sir.
They make a call to Bhavesh ji. Rathiji, Rathiji, make a call to Bhavesh ji so that we can start.
Yeah,
Neha. Neha. Hello?
Yes, sir.
I'm introducing you to Honorable VC sir. Sanjeev sir is one of the alumni of IIBM, passed in 96-98. Today she is the member of the board of directors of a public limited company, GC Venture Limited at Mumbai, and staying at Mumbai. She has also joined with us. She is a very successful entrepreneur also. So, and the speaker from UK will be joining in late, Dr. Malay Naik. He is the executive director of IT Buzz Limited. Apart from that, he is running 3 hotels in UK also. And sir, when you will visit UK, so you should be the guest of him at least for one day. He always very helpful for the Indian people who are visiting that place. So, and you are a widely traveled person, but of course now Corona is there. But when it will over, if you visit UK, you kindly remember him, and will be making the all connection and all these things. And he is a person there who is associated with the political activities also, and might be getting the ticket in next election from Conservative Party. So, Rathiji, please connect to Bhavesh ji. If he
I've just called up. He's not answering. He must be joining. मुझे बोल रहे थे वो join कर रहे हैं 10-15 मिनट में.
He is getting some problem or?
नहीं. उनका टाइम बाद में था तो वो बोले थे मैं 11-20 तक ज्वाइन कर जाऊंगा.
नहीं यार, सरकार से पढ़ते हो जाता है ना.
अच्छा हाँ, वही मैं उसको लगा रहा हूँ.
आपण कॉल करत असलेली व्यक्ती
Rohit.
Yes, sir.
So we should start because sir is
Sure.
having many important works
हाँ,
also.
भावेश आप ज्वाइन कर रहे हो?
Sure. Sir, we are also having.
पहले आ जाते हैं वीडियो इंट्रोड्यूस टू द वीसी आल्सो ना. अभी हम लोग तो ज्वाइन हो गए तो वी आर गोइंग टू स्टार्ट. ओके, कम इन. हाँ.
It's coming.
Another 2 minutes he is joining.
Very good. Sir, आपका conference तो 25th को you are having the international conference ना? The Pavan is the Pavnes.
जी.
All these things. So that's a very big conference that has been organized. Pavnes was telling that near 300 papers have been submitted.
Yeah.
That's a very big effort. That and the 2-day event definitely will be a very glorified event. You are at the office or in the home, sir? अभी सर आप ऑफिस में कि घर पे?
सर आजकल मेरठ आया हुआ हूँ. मेरठ में हूँ, यूपी होम टाउन.
वो यूपी में है. हाँ, दैट्स गुड. मेरठ में है.
हाँ, बिकॉज ऑफ दिस कोरोना पैंडेमिक.
हाँ, डॉक्टर सेंथिल कुमार has joined.
Yes, sir. Senthil sir has joined also.
Dr. Senthil, are you hearing me? Dr. Senthil? Rohit, tell Senthil Kumar to...
Yeah. I think he's unmuted, sir.
He's unmuted?
Yes, sir.
Dr. Senthil Kumar?
Yeah. Good morning, brother.
Good
Good
morning,
morning, brother. Good morning, brother.
I'm introducing you to the Honorable VC Sahib.
Yeah.
You meet Dr. Sanjay Sharma ji, the Honorable Vice Chancellor of the Mahatma Gandhi Central University, Motihari, Bihar. He is the chief guest of today's international webinar, and sir is kind enough to bless us in this auspicious occasion today. Sir, here is Dr. Senthil Kumar. He is our CSI office bearer at Kanchipuram and coordinating the major part of the southern region, Dr. Senthil Kumar. So, Senthil
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Sandeep
Hello.
sir.
सेंथिल जी नमस्कार.
Hello, sir. Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. Good morning,
काले
sir.
वणक्कम. काले वणक्कम.
अरे वाह. गजब. देखिए.
Nandrigal, sir. Nandri.
You got the getting in your own language.
Yeah,
Wow.
he's speaking. Yeah.
Sir is a very
He's speaking Tamil very nicely. Thank you, sir.
Very versatile personality. Very versatile.
Yes.
Can see, and his biography will be read also. Associated with 150 universities, academic activity is not a matter of simple thing. So
Nice, sir. Nice, sir.
Malay
Nice to
Naik
meet
is also joined,
nice.
sir.
Malay Naik ji join?
Yes, sir. Good morning, Malay sir.
Very good. UK से join कर लिए. Dr. Malay Naik. Dr. Malay Naik.
Morning, sir.
Good morning. I should introduce you to Honorable Vice Chancellor Sahib, the Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Sanjay Kumar Sharma ji, the Vice Chancellor of the Mahatma Gandhi Central University, Motihari, Bihar, had been kind enough to bless this occasion by his inaugural address today. You meet Dr. Sanjay Kumar Sharma ji. Sir, from that side, Dr. Malay Naik is there, who happens to the Executive Director of the IT Bus Limited at UK, United Kingdom. Apart from that, having the 3 number of hotels he is having, and he is also associated with many social activities there. Malay ji.
हाँ, sir.
malay ji की
yes.
मेरे बहुत जल्दी हो गया है वहाँ.
Morning.
गुड मॉर्निंग. अर्ली मॉर्निंग में आपको जगा दिया गया है.
नहीं, मैं लेट में सोया था, तो I just woke up. अभी
अरे मलय, तुम आजकल बाल क्यों नहीं रखते हो?
नहीं अभी मैं ऑन कर रहा हूँ, 1 मिनट में
नहीं
सेटिंग।
तेरा माथा में बाल नहीं दिखाई दे रहा है। लास्ट टाइम ऑल्सो आई हैव सीन।
No, I think I using so just 1 second mirror on my video.
लाठी जी,
हाँ जी,
भवेश जी joined?
I think he should be joining. He told me he's joining.
Then we should start because he will be joining and we will be getting him introduced.
Yeah, I think, sir, now Bhavesh sir is joining, sir.
भवेश सर joining करे, भवेश
Yes, sir,
जी।
joining now. Yeah, now Naik sir, Malay Naik sir is visible.
Malay Naik is visual.
Yes, sir.
His virtual image was visible prior to that also.
Yeah. Actually, that was for just because of the virtual background.
Shadow image.
Yes, sir. Shadow image was there. Yeah, Bhavesh sir is joining, but I think there is a network issue from Bhavesh sir's side.
He is waiting for you to let him in.
I am.
You unmute him from your side.
Sir, not joined yet, sir. There is a network congestion from that side.
मुंबई में नेटवर्क कंजेशन, तो हम लोग तो बिहारी ज्यादा एडवांस हो गया आजकल बिहार में। तो राठी जी हम लोग स्टार्ट करते हैं, भवेश जी ज्वाइन करेंगे। We should not be late, already we are 15 minutes late. Okay, but it was also required for the introduction and the other members are there. Rohit, please.
Yeah, sure. So once again, very warm good morning to this one-day international webinar on innovation and entrepreneurship. I, Professor Rohit from Indian Institute of Business Management, Patna, I welcome you all in this today's August gathering. So let us start with our today's webinar with our first, that is the presidential address and welcome address from Professor Dr. A.K. Nayak sir. But before we proceed, let me introduce Professor Dr. A.K. Nayak. Professor Dr. A.K. Nayak is the presently advisor of IIBM Group of Institution, is the former president of Computer Society of India, former director of Indian Institute of Business Management, Patna, which is a 42 years old premium piece. He is having more than 36 years of experience in teaching, training, research, and administration in the field of computer science, information technology management. The former president of ICT section of Indian Science Congress Association and former chairman of Indian Society for Technical Education Bihar Jharkhand section, Education Bihar Jharkhand section. Professor Nayak is also the fellow of Computer Society of India, International Society for Research and Development UK, United Writers Association, National Association of Computer Educators and Trainers, and Management Studies and Promotional Institute, New Delhi. Professor Nayak is associated with the academic programs of more than 40 universities, including a member of Board of Studies, Governing Council, and School Board of several universities, organized and participated more than thousands of conferences, seminars, workshop, training programs, and faculty development programs of national and international level in physical as well as the virtual mode. He has participated as the chief guest of honor, preside over, and keynote speaker in more than 100 of universities and institutes of national and international repute. He has represented as an expert member in several bodies of Government of India and state government. He has authored 162 papers, 12 books, and edited 9 books, 10 proceedings of national and international conferences, and receives many national and international awards. His biography is already published in 7 international directories. Apart from this, Professor Nayak has worked as expert member of CEDTI, Government of India, reviewer of DST project, Government of India, member, Board of Directors, DNS Institute of Cooperative Management, Government of India, Zonal Coordinator, National Institute of Electronics and Information Technology, Government of India, expert member, Banking Services Recruitment Board, Bihar Public Service Commission, Bihar State Technical Education Board, Bihar State Secondary Education Board, and many more. At present, Professor Naik is the member of Board of Studies of Computer Science and IT AICTE Government of India and member of Bureau of Indian Standard Government of India. Professor Naik visited abroad in many assignments, including participation in Southeast Asia Regional Computer Conference and Executive Council meeting at Colombo and General Assembly of International Federation of Information Proceeding IFIP study situated at Austria, Vienna. He has received several national and international awards, including Dr. Abdul Kalam Gold Medal Award and 2 Lifetime Achievement Awards in 4 months. That is from July 19 to October 19. Professor Naik has also worked as a president, vice president, honorary secretary, division chair, chairman nominations committee, member committee, conference committee, international audit committee, election committee, chapter bylaws committee, computer SIG committee, academic and awards committee of CSI. He has also worked as an honorary secretary of Indian Society for Technical Education, Bihar, Jharkhand, section for 2 terms. ICT section of Indian Science Congress Association. Apart from chapter chairman of Indian Society for Training and Development, he has been the Director General of National Association of Computer Educators, Trainers, members to the Technical Committee of International Federation, Information Proceedings, Vienna, Austria. At present, Professor Naik is the life member of 22 professional and technical societies. So with all these words, I like to welcome Professor Dr. A.K. Naik sir for welcome and presidential address.
Thank you very much, Rohit, for giving the nice introduction. I welcome everybody who have been connected as well as who are watching this program through the YouTube and Facebook to this August International Webinar on Innovation and Entrepreneurship organized by the Indian Institute of Business Management, Patna. Honorable Chief Guest of this occasion, the learned and vibrant Vice Chancellor of Mahatma Gandhi Central University, Motihari, Bihar, most respected Honorable Dr. Sanjay Kr Sharma ji, the keynote speaker of today's international webinar, my colleague at Computer Society of India, and a well-known entrepreneur and a good personality, Sri Pradeep Rathi ji, the founder and chief mentor of 3I Zone of Mumbai, as well as a very successful entrepreneur who has been instrumental in setting off and running more than 3 industries in Mumbai with the help of his very capable and vibrant partner, his wife. And the another invited speaker of the today's international webinar, Sri Bhavesh Kothari ji, the co-founder and director of the Millennium Devas Private Limited, as well as the founder partner of Syndicap Venture Partner of Mumbai, and a successful entrepreneur, and today engaged in guiding the hundreds of the startups as well as helping them and liaising with them with the government of India. And the foreign speaker with us today, Dr. Malay Naik, who is a son of soil, an Indian, but doing an excellent job at the United Kingdom, and at present the executive director of a very big company, IT Buzz Limited. Apart from that, he is having the business network, running 3 number of hotels, a very successful entrepreneur and social activist in United Kingdom, and having good political association. And I must have to welcome our institute's alumni and my beloved student, Mrs. Neha Sinha, who is present on this occasion, and a successful entrepreneur, and today working as the member of the Board of Governors of a public sector DC Venture Limited at Mumbai, Dr. Sanjay Kr, the vibrant office bearer of the Kanchipur chapter, as well as looking after the coordination of the major part of the southern part of the country, other dignitaries, professors, head of the departments, and staff members of the IEBM and Zakir Hussain Institute, the Deputy Director and Convener of the webinar, Professor Ganesh Pandey, Deputy Director of Indian Institute of Business Management, Coordinator and Secretary of the Computer Society of India Patna chapter, Sri Professor Rohit Kumar, and my dearest and nearest student community who have been connected today with this one-day webinar on innovation and entrepreneurship. Thank you all very much, and good morning to everybody. It is a matter of pride for us in the 42nd webinar conducted by Indian Institute of Business Management. We are really honored by the gracious presence of a big personality, great personality, and an educationist of the international stature, and an able educational administrator, planner, publisher, and editor, and an academic activist, Dr. Sanjay Kr Sharma ji, who had been kind enough to deliver his inaugural address on this auspicious occasion. And definitely by his address, the community who have been connected with this webinar will be illuminated as well as will be much benefited. As I remember a great saying in Bhagavad Gita, Jadada charati sreshta tatada itare jana sahajat praman kurute janaha tadanuvartate. Arthat mahadan dena gatasya pantha. So we have got such an illuminary today whose word and whose voice will be definitely benefiting the masses who are there, and whatever the words he will be delivering, that will be definitely followed, and that will definitely should be adopted by the people like us and our members who have been joined in this webinar, and definitely that will work for them as a good margdarshan so that they can fulfill their future career. Sir, I can extend my gratitude on behalf of the managing committee of this institute, on behalf of our group of institutions, on behalf of Computer Society of India executives who are present here also, for your gracious presence today. And I can just compliment, जैसे कि सूरज का बिना सुबह नहीं होता, जैसे कि चांद का बिना रात नहीं होता, जैसे कि बादल का बिना बरसात नहीं होता, ऐसे ही आपका उपस्थित बिना आज का समारोह का गरिमा नहीं होता। हम तो ये बोलना चाहूंगा, ना हर रात को चांद नसीब होता है, ना हर रात को चांद नसीब होता है, ना हर इंसान को मंजिल प्राप्त होता है, ना हर इंसान को मंजिल प्राप्त होता है, ना हर समारोह में आपका देश महानुभव का उपस्थित नसीब होता है। So we are really proud enough and extend our millions and billions of gratitude and thankfulness for your gracious presence today and for your inaugural address to the august gathering who are present today. Sir, I must have to tell you, Indian Institute of Business Management is a 42 old business school and one of the oldest business school in the country, established in the year 1979, and which was inaugurated by the then Chief Minister of Government of Bihar, Dr. Ramsundar Das ji, Mr. late Ramsundar Das ji. And this institute has been credited to organize 15 number of All India Management Congress so far, and which has been addressed by almost all the previous Chief Minister of the state, including Dr. Jagannath Mishra, including Bindeswari Dubedi, Bhagwat Azad ji, and many more, as well as addressed by Honorable Pranab Mukherjee, inaugurated by Honorable Pranab Mukherjee. Dr. L.K. Jha had been the previous RBI governor, as well as many central ministers and the thing. the institute have been glorified, and the institute have been honored by the gracious presence of Honorable late APJ Abdul Kalam ji, former President of the country, on the eve of your 25th year, the Golden Silver Jubilee celebration year, as well as the Silver Jubilee celebration has been concluded by the gracious presence of Honorable Chandrasekhar Kr, who had been the former Prime Minister of Government of India. This institute is pioneering in conducting almost all professional and vocational courses which have been conducted and inducted in the state of undivided Bihar and Jharkhand. Having introduction of postgraduate diploma in management in 1979, and which has got accredited by the All India Council for Technical Education in its first batch in 1994. The management has came into the aegis of the All India Council for Technical Education, and this institution has got accredited from that day. For computer science, we have started the first time academic program in 1980, first time in the undivided Bihar and Jharkhand, a 6-month diploma program. In 1984, Government of India has sponsored this institute to start the first postgraduate program, postgraduate diploma in computer application, and have also funded this program in the tune of 44 lakhs rupees. And then for the hotel management course, we are the first institute under the private sector in the government in India, and starting the 3-year diploma in hotel management and catering technology in the year 1980, after the establishment of 4 national council institutes at Mumbai, Delhi, and Chennai, and Kolkata. So after that, we have conducted the journalism and mass communication program in 1982, environmental education program in 1985, first time IT education program, BIT and MIT in 1999, and BCA program in full-time BCA program in the state of Bihar and Jharkhand in 1996, and all the other allied programs we have run. And at the heart of many of the professional and technical courses, this institute have been group accredited as the first institution. We are having the sister concern Dr. Zakir Hussain Institute, which is having the pan-India presence at Delhi, at Bangalore, at Kolkata, and other places also. Besides, it's having the campuses at the different cities of the Bihar and Jharkhand, including Bhagalpur, Muzaffarpur, Munger, Banka, as well as Ranchi, Jamshedpur, and Dhanbad, and other places also. So we have also, this group is also pioneering and instrumental in setting 2 universities at the northeast part of the country, and we have acquired 24 acres of the land near the Mandar Vidyapit in the Bansi district subdivision and applying to the Government of India to start the Dr. Zakir Hussain International Vocational University. Sir, this is the brief history, and I must have to once again welcome you and all the welcome Honorable Chief Guest and all the visionary speakers who are the part of today on behalf of the students of this group of institution, on behalf of the managing committee and faculty member of this institution. And with my all respect, I must have to tell what is the importance of organizing this webinar today, the webinar Innovation and Entrepreneurship, because as I have told, it is our 42nd webinar that we are conducting during the pandemic period. Sir, you will be happy to note that. So under the association of more than 300 experts from the country, within the country, and more than 50 experts from the abroad, as well as by the blessing of near about 90 plus Vice Chancellor within this pandemic year, we have been able to conduct near about 700 number of webinars under the aegis of the Computer Society of India, and of which Dr. Mr. Rathi is also a very prominent partner, and Sanjay Kr is also a part. And we have thought that at least during the pandemic period, by our collective effort, if we can be able to contribute something for the national development by empowering the young masses, by empowering the young teaching community with the latest updates, so that will be a very great acknowledgement, and that will be a little contribution and significant contribution of our composite endeavor for the national development. And sir, innovation and entrepreneurship is the need of the day, because as we know, our Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi ji, has given much stress on the startup concept, as well as very ambitiously announced in the 2015 July, the ambitious project like Digital India, Startup India, and Make in India. And all the three projects are complementary and supplementary to one another, and with having the interconnection and interlinking. In Digital India, the seventh pillar, the digital manufacturing, clearly indicates the complete motivation for the encouraging and gearing the electronics industries under the Startup India project, and targeted that by 2020, we should have the zero import duty so far as the digital products are concerned. A complete vision has been set by the year 2022. The Digital India project will be coming to the very successful implementation, and by the virtue of which 11.2 crores of the employment can be generated only out of the Digital India successful implementation of the Digital India. 250,000 villages of the country, Gram Panchayat of the country, have been interconnected with the broadband network, and in the second phase by 2022, 660,000 plus villages of the country have been kept the target to be interconnected by broadband networking, out of which 1 lakh villages have already been connected. 69% of the population living in the rural area, living the 31% in the urban area, which is creating a big digital gap. The efforts are being taken by the government of India, how that bridge can be reduced, not removed, but reduced and minimized, so that everybody will get the chance for the digital access, and the country will be digitally empowered, which is the third vision of the Digital India. Every citizen should be digitally empowered. The country is having 1.35 billion of the population and having 25 crores of the family. The target of the women empowerment is one of the major concerns by the government of India. And the 25 crores of the family, 25 crores of the mothers, if they will be digitally empowered, definitely the complete citizens will be digitally empowered. As we consider, mother is the center point of the family, and her digital literacy is more important for making the complete family literate. So these are many of the ambitious projects are going on, and definitely in this respect, what we are thinking, we have already seen in the pandemic period, we have already surpassed the great challenge when we have cut off the complete relationship with the China and boycotted their product. At the time of pandemic, we did not have any kinds of medical facilities. We are very shortage of all the equipments and requirements which are required for meeting the challenges of the COVID-19. So that is whatever you can tell, sanitizer, mask, and all these things. But we have shown that under the innovativeness of the Indian citizen, under the entrepreneurship, and under the startup, and under the initiation of our existing industries, and we became a surplus country so far as these products have been concerned. And so far as the vaccination is concerned, it is definitely no doubt to tell India is the #1 so far as the vaccination programs are concerned. So all these things are happening, viewing all these things to make a Atmanirbhar Bharat, Ek Bharat, Shresth Bharat, but is the slogan of our Honorable Prime Minister. This startup and this Make in India and this Startup India is very much vital today to gear up the country to become a developed country. In that respect, we need our youth should be more innovative, and they should be able to take the challenges, and they should be the entrepreneur and having the startup, and for which the personality like Bhavesh is present here, who is guiding and motivating and mentoring the people who are working the startup line. Mr. Rathi, who is the real contributor for the entrepreneurship concept, is also here with us. Definitely there will be anything the people who are connected today by their vision and by their guidance and by their knowledge. So these are the things that we will have to surpass. And again, we are coming to adopt the industry 4.0 and the education 4.0, which are two big challenges before the country, where the innovation and the entrepreneurship should be implemented in a way, should be developed and introduced in a very large scale. Because with the requirement of the industry 4.0, there will be the fusion of the all digital devices and all physical devices and all biological devices together, and to streamline the complete smartness of the industry and smartness of the machine. The machine will be the smart machine. The industry will be the smart industry. Similarly, the pandemic has compelled us to go for the online education system, and fortunately, the new education policy has given this thrust upon 40% of the education should be delivered on the online mode. And definitely, the all education 4.0, which will be complete online aspect, and India should adopt that, because to fulfill the dream of the Sarv Shiksha Abhijan, which you could not attain even after the 75 years of the independence, we could not have provided the general literacy to the people. By the census 2011, we are having nearly 75% of the literate person. I do feel if this online education concept will be implemented in a letter and spirit, for which we need a lot of entrepreneurs and a lot of startup company for providing the feasibility and solution to the online education. So definitely, by the virtue of the complete digital transformation and empowerment of the citizens of the country, the digital services will be available at the doorsteps of the human being, and the services on demand and services will be available at the doorstep. And we can be able and capable to provide the online and virtual education at the remotest corner of the country. And definitely that will be fulfilling to our Sarva Shiksha Abhijan, and also establish the great concept of the Bhagavad Gita, Aham nijo parveti swabhava lagute sang udarate sang cha vasudhaiva kutumbakam. So these are the vision and mission. Keeping all these things, we have organized this international webinar today. So definitely, when we talk of the innovation, that is the origination of the idea. And when we talk of the entrepreneur, that is he the entrepreneur who takes the ideas and to take the ideas and take it the ideas and reach at the finished product. But there are a lot of challenges. So far as the before the innovator and before the entrepreneur, like he should have the self-motivation and self-confidence, ready to take the challenge, having the market knowledge, having the product knowledge, and all these things are there. Whether he is a small-scale entrepreneur or a large-scale business entrepreneur, whatever the things may be. And many times, the risk-taking is not a small matter, for which our youth masses are not ready to take the challenge. But the people like Bhaveshji and Malay Naik, these kinds of people are always mentoring and motivating these youth masses to take more and more challenges. It sometimes happens when you take the challenge, we may not be success, but we may get the failure. But failure is the pillar of success that we must have to think. I tell a person who is working, he is not successful, but who is falling, he is successful. That is, once falling, then working. This is the main success of the country. मंजिल दूर हो सकता है, रास्ता कठिन हो सकता है, पथ दुर्गम हो सकता है, लेकिन लक्ष्य अभेद्य होना चाहिए. एक एंटरप्रेन्योर के लिए एक गुरु मंत्र होना चाहिए. अर्जुन को जैसे तीरबद्ध किया था मछली का आग को, इसी टाइप का नॉलेज होना चाहिए. इसीलिए हम एंटरप्रेन्योर योग मास को आज बोलना चाहूंगा. ताशों का पता में आशियाना नहीं बनता है, ताशों का पता में आशियाना नहीं बनता है, कागज का नाव में नदी पार नहीं होता है. धीरे धीरे चलते रहो भाई, एक ना एक दिन मंजिल जरूर मिलता है. एंड एक जीत में कोई सिकंदर नहीं बनता है. सो हार जाना ही सफलता का एक परिचय होता है, एक परिभाषा होता है. Keeping all these point views, this webinar has been organized and will be definitely having blessed by our gracious presence of our honorable chief guest, whose blessing will be there, and our knowledge will be empowered by the presence of these three dignitaries of the speakers who have been participating today. With all these views, let us come forward and implement the education and implement the digital transformation and implement the knowledges and develop the entrepreneurship and start many of new number of entrepreneurs. But one thing we must have to remember, that should be always do the benefits and for the betterment of the common man and the mankind, and to satisfy the great philosophy of Bhagavad Gita. Sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pasantu ma kasti. Thank you very much. Namaskar to everybody. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Thank you so much, Naik sir, for your margdarshan, and it was a very remarkable opening address by you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. So now we will proceed to our main session, that is the address of the
Rohit, timing. Let me introduce Bhaveshji with our honorable Vice Chancellor Sahib. Bhaveshji, are you hearing me?
Yes, sir.
Bhaveshji, are you hearing me?
Yes, Naik sir. Yes.
Kindly meet our chief guest today, honorable Vice Chancellor of the Mahatma Gandhi Central University, Motihari, and Bihar.
Namaskar.
and very international statured educationist, Dr. Sanjay Kumar Sharma ji. He is here who will be blessing this occasion with his inaugural address, and he will bless us and grace this occasion. Sir, here is Dr. Bhavesh Kothari ji, Mr. Bhavesh Kothari ji. Namaste. Thank you.
Pleasure meeting you, sir. Thank you.
Rohit, kindly proceed.
Sure.
Rohit, please proceed.
Thank you so much, sir. So now it's a time for the address of the chief guest, and our today's chief guest is none other than Professor Dr. Sanjay Kumar Sharma, sir. Professor Dr. Sanjay Kumar Sharma is presently the Vice Chancellor of Mahatma Gandhi Central University, Motihari, Bihar, since April 2019. He was the former head Department of Political Science, Chaudhry Charan Singh University, Meerut, Uttar Pradesh, General Secretary and Treasurer, Indian Political Science Association. For more than a decade, he has been the editor of the Indian Journal of Political Science for almost a decade and founder editor of Bharatiya Rajniti Vijan Sodh Patrika, a throughout first class with National Merit Scholarship. Dr. Sharma has been doing teaching and research in the discipline of political science for more than 36 years and has supervised 20 PhD papers, 64 MPhils, and 37 postdoctoral fellows, and has been published 74 research papers, 44 articles, 16 reviews, 20 edited authored books, and monographs. He has attended international academic events in various countries, including US, UK, Canada, Australia, Japan, Spain, Poland, Mauritius, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Jordan, China, South Africa, etc. He has chaired, participated, and delivered keynote, inaugural address, and valedictory address, and a special lecture in more than 400 seminars, conferences, refresher courses, and orientation program throughout the country. He has handled several research projects. His main area of interest are political sociology, ancient Indian polity, and Indian political system. He is academically associated with more than 150 universities of the country in different capacities. A widely traveled academician, accomplished administrator, a popular orator, he has an exceptional knowledge of Sanskrit. So with all these words, I like to welcome our today's chief guest, Professor Dr. Sanjay Kumar Sharma, sir, for the chief guest address.
Sir, welcome. Most welcome, sir. Most welcome.
धन्यवाद रोहित जी. इंडियन इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ बिजनेस मैनेजमेंट, भारतीय व्यापार प्रबंधन संस्थान पटना के द्वारा आयोजित इस अंतर्राष्ट्रीय संगोष्ठी में सबसे पहले इस कार्यक्रम से मुझे संयुक्त करने के लिए मेरे आदरणीय अग्रज मित्र प्रोफेसर ए.के. नायक जी, आपको बहुत बहुत आभार व्यक्त करता हूं.
नमस्कार सर. नमस्कार. आई एम ग्रेटफुल सर. आई एम ग्रेटफुल सर. आई एम
करता हूं. इस कार्यक्रम में जुड़े हुए मेरे मित्र श्री राठी जी, भावेश कोठारी जी, मलय नायक जी, गणेश पांडे जी, रोहित जी, नेहा बंदोपाध्याय सिन्हा जी, सेंथिल कुमार जी और सभी मित्रों, मैं कुछ कहना प्रारंभ करूं उससे पहले एक निवेदन करूंगा. ये 1.5 वर्ष से कोविड के बाद से हम लोग वेबिनार कर रहे हैं, कभी जूम के प्लेटफॉर्म पर, कभी किसी और प्लेटफॉर्म पर. कई बार ऐसा होता है कि हम अपना वीडियो ऑन रखते हैं जो वक्ता है, और 1-2 आयोजक रखते हैं, बाकी को ऐसा लगता है कि हम लैपटॉप से बात कर रहे हैं. तो मैं निवेदन करूंगा कि सब अपना वीडियो ऑन कर लें, बाकी अपने को म्यूट रखें, तो मुझे लगेगा कि मैं अपने लैपटॉप से नहीं, कुछ मित्रों से बात कर रहा हूँ. भावेश कोठारी जी, प्रदीप राठी जी मुझे दिख रहे हैं, ऐसे बाकी सब भी मुझे दिख सके. मलय जी की नींद खराब की है हमने, सवेरे सवेरे बहुत अर्ली उनको उठाया है, फिर भी वो दिख रहे हैं मुझे. तो एक बार सबको, सेंथिल कुमार जी, सबको प्रणाम करता हूँ. मैं बहुत बहुत आभारी हूँ इस बात के लिए नायक जी का कि आप सबसे मिलने का अवसर प्रदान किया. कोविड के इस दूसरे संघात में आप सब सुरक्षित होंगे, संक्रमण से बचे होंगे, स्वयं को संक्रमण से बचा रहे होंगे, दूसरों को भी संक्रमण से बचा रहे होंगे, ये प्रार्थना करता हूं. पहले आघात के बाद दूसरे आघात में हमें इस बार संकट अधिक हुआ. लगभग प्रत्येक परिवार के किसी ना किसी परिचित को, रिश्तेदार को, संबंधी को, मोहल्ले में हम कहीं ना कहीं कोई समस्या जरूर हुई. आप में से भी सबने इस प्रकार की दुखद सूचनाएं, विचलित करने वाली घटनाएं जानी होंगी. मैं उन सब के प्रति जिन्होंने इस बीच में जीवन खोया, उन सब के प्रति श्रद्धांजलि व्यक्त करता हूं, और आप सबको इस बात के लिए प्रार्थना करता हूं कि आप सब स्वस्थ रहें, सुरक्षित रहें, सानंद रहें. नायक जी ने अभी समापन करते समय अपने वक्तव्य का एक कहा, सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामया, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःख भाग् भवेत्। ये भारत की परंपरा है, हम सबकी चिंता करते हैं, सबके कल्याण की कामना करते हैं, सबके निरोग होने की बात सोचते हैं। ये सचमुच में सोचते हैं, और केवल सोचते नहीं है, हम करते भी हैं। कोविड के पहले संकट के समय विश्व भर के विकसित कहे जाने वाले राष्ट्र जब बहुत परेशानी में थे, तब हमने उनको अपने यहाँ से दवाइयां भी भेजी। इसलिए हम, और अब भी हमने वैक्सीन भी सबसे पहले संसार भर में 90 से ज्यादा देशों को भेजी। तो ये सर्वे भवन्तु की जो भावना है वो सुखी होने की, वो हमारे मन में है सबके। इसीलिए ईश्वर से पुनः ये प्रार्थना करते हुए कि आप सब स्वस्थ रहें, सुरक्षित रहें, सानंद रहें, संक्रमण से बचे रहें। भारत सरकार, राज्य सरकार, स्वास्थ्य मंत्रालय के जो भी दिशा निर्देश हैं उनका पालन करते रहें, मास्क लगाकर रखें। जिन लोगों ने वैक्सीनेशन करा लिया है वो दूसरी डोज भी लगवा लें। जिन्होंने दोनों डोज लगवा ली हैं वो अपने को ये मानकर चलें कि पोस्ट कोविड के कॉम्प्लिकेशंस भी होते हैं, उनसे भी बचें। जिन्होंने एक भी डोज नहीं लगवाई है वो जरूर लगवाएं, डरे नहीं, वैक्सीनेशन का सामना करें। वैक्सीनेशन फैटलिटी को बचा रहा है, ये हमारे संसार भर के सामने आ गया है। बिहार जैसे राज्य में और उसकी राजधानी में भारत का महत्वपूर्ण अकादमिक, राजनीतिक, प्रशासनिक चिंतन का केंद्र रहे पटना नगर के इस वर्षों पुराने इतिहास समेटे हुए इस अध्ययन संस्थान से जुड़ने का मुझे आज अवसर मिला। कोविड का संकट नहीं होता तो नायक जी के साथ एक चाय जरूर पीता वहां।
एकदम सर, आई वुड बी वेरी मच ऑनर्ड सर।
कभी पटना आऊंगा तो एक बार फिर नायक जी से रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि आपकी चाय पीऊं, सब लोगों से मिलूं। और नायक जी ने एक उदारता और दिखाई। मलय जी जब तक सीन में नहीं आए थे तब तक भी उन्होंने मुझे इंग्लैंड में उनका अतिथि तो बना ही दिया। मुझे बड़ा अच्छा लगा कि उन्होंने उनकी ओर से ही ये कह दिया कि मैं अब अगली बार जब इंग्लैंड जाऊं तो मलय जी का अतिथि बनूं। मुझे सुनकर बहुत अच्छा लगा। नायक जी के
मोस्ट वेलकम सर।
मेरा छोटा भाई से और बढ़कर मलय है सर।
और नायक जी ने एक श्लोक और बीच में बोला था, यम निज परो वेति गणना लघु चेतसाम, यह मेरा है, यह पराया है, ऐसा छोटे लोग सोचते हैं। उदार चरिता नाम तो वसुधैव कुटुंबकम, जिनका हृदय उदार होता है उनके लिए पूरी पृथ्वी, पूरी वसुधा ही अपने परिवार के समान, अपने कुटुंब के समान, अपनों के समान होती है, अपना जैसी लगती है। तो ये अपनत्व, ये आत्मीयता, ये रागात्मक संबंध, ये भारत की पहचान है, ये भारत की विशिष्टता है, ये भारत को सबसे अलग बनाती है। हम संसार की सबसे पुरानी सभ्यता हैं, हम संसार का सबसे पुराना राष्ट्र हैं, हम संसार की सबसे पुरानी संस्कृति हैं, हम संसार के सबसे पुराने लेखकों वाले देश हैं, संसार की सबसे पहली कविता यहीं लिखी गई, संसार की सबसे पहली प्रार्थना यहीं लिखी गई, संसार के सबसे पहले शोध यहीं हुए, संसार के पहले नवाचार जिसे हम इनोवेशन कहते हैं वो यहीं हुए, संसार के सबसे पहले उद्यम भी भारत में ही हुए। तो हम संसार को दिशा देने वाले रहे हैं, विश्व गुरु रहे हैं, ऐश्वर्य समृद्धि का ऐसा केंद्र रहे हैं कि हमारे इस 18वीं शताब्दी तक भी संसार भर के लोग हम पर आक्रमण करने आते रहे। बहुत सारे लोग मुझसे कहते हैं हमारे इतिहास में इतने आक्रमण क्यों हुए, क्या हम इतने पिटे हुए, इतने कमजोर थे? हम कमजोर नहीं थे, हम इतने समृद्ध थे, इतने समृद्ध थे तभी तो कोई आक्रमण करने आता था। एक बार कोई लूट के ले जाता, उसके बाद दोबारा कोई क्यों आता? इसलिए आता था कि हमारे पास समृद्धि थी। और आप में से अधिकांश लोग जानते हैं, अब अमेरिका और इंग्लैंड में, यूरोप में बैठे हुए बहुत सारे लोगों ने इस प्रकार के शोध किए हैं कि 19वीं शताब्दी के प्रारंभिक वर्षों तक भारत संसार की जीडीपी का 20 से 30% अंशदान करता था। इसका अर्थ है भारत के ऐश्वर्य की कहानी, भारत की समृद्धि की कथा, भारत के वैभव का आख्यान बहुत पुराना है, बहुत निरंतर है, बहुत चिरातन है, बहुत अक्षुण्ण है, बहुत सनातन है। उसी में से हमने ये देखा, हमारे मलय जी जैसे मित्र जो अन्य देशों में स्थापित हो गए, पहुंच गए, वहां पहुंचकर भी आज हम जानते हैं, जिसे हम इंडियन डायस्पोरा कहते हैं, वो करीब करीब 4 करोड़ लोगों के आसपास का है। उनकी एक बड़ी एसोसिएशन है, विभिन्न प्रकार की एसोसिएशंस हैं। एक एसोसिएशन है गोपियो, ग्लोबल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ऑफ पीपल ऑफ इंडियन ओरिजिन, उससे भी मैं पिछले अनेक वर्ष से जुड़ा हुआ हूँ। भावेश जी जिस राज्य से आते हैं वहां के लोग उसमें अधिकांश संख्या में जुड़े हुए हैं। मैं उनके साथ भी काम करते हुए देखता हूं। उन्होंने विश्व भर में भारत के सम्मान को, भारत की प्रतिष्ठा को, भारत के विलक्षणता को स्थापित किया है और अपने परिश्रम से किया है, अपनी लगन से किया है, एक निष्ठता से किया है, ईमानदारी से किया है, नियमों के प्रति आग्रहों से किया है और अपनी प्रतिभा से किया है, अपनी नवाचार में दक्षता से किया है, अपनी उद्यमिता के लक्षणों से किया है। इसलिए भारत की इस पहचान को संसार भर में हमारे राजदूतों के रूप में, वैचारिक राजदूतों के रूप में, आर्थिक राजदूतों के रूप में बैठे हुए ऐसे सभी डायस्पोरा के मित्रों को भी मलय जी के माध्यम से, इस कार्यक्रम के माध्यम से, क्योंकि एक अंतरराष्ट्रीय वेबिनार आपने कहा और बहुत सारे मित्र आपके इस संस्थान से निकले हुए संसार भर में बैठे होंगे, उन सब के माध्यम से प्रणाम करता हूं, अभिनंदन करता हूं। आज का विषय मेरा विषय नहीं है। नायक जी ने बहुत आग्रह से, प्रेम से मुझे आप सबसे मिलने का अवसर प्रदान किया। मुझे लगा कुछ ऐसे मित्रों से मिलूंगा जो राजनीति विज्ञान से बाहर से हैं। मैं तो राजनीति विज्ञान का विद्यार्थी हूं और आजकल प्रशासन का काम कर रहा हूं, विश्वविद्यालय प्रशासन का। लेकिन मुझे लगा कि नवाचार और उद्यमिता एक ऐसा क्षेत्र है, अपने इन 4 दशकों के अध्यापन, अध्ययन, अनुसंधान के अनुभव से अपने कुछ मित्रों से बात कर सकूंगा। आप में से अधिकांश लोग, प्रदीप राठी जी, भावेश कोठारी जी, मलय जी, ये सब लोग वे हैं जो क्षेत्र में काम कर रहे हैं। नेहा जी ये क्षेत्र में काम कर रहे हैं, जो अनुभव परक काम कर रहे हैं, जो व्यावहारिक समाज में हैं, जो प्रायोगिक क्षेत्र में हैं। हम सैद्धांतिक बातें जानते हैं। हमारी सैद्धांतिकी बहुत बार प्रायोग और सिद्धांत दोनों का आपस में संगति होना, समन्वय हो जाना, सामंजस्य हो जाना, वो भी दुर्लभ होता है। कई बार ऐसा होता है व्यवहारिक क्षेत्र में ऐसे लोग हैं जो सिद्धांत से उतने परिचित नहीं हैं, और सैद्धांतिक क्षेत्र में ऐसे बहुत सारे लोग हैं जिन्हें उनकी व्यावहारिकताओं की सीमाओं का ज्ञान नहीं है। इसलिए उन दोनों का मिलन होना भी, सम्मिलन होना भी बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है। आज के इस कार्यक्रम की विशिष्टता इस रूप में भी है कि आपने सैद्धांतिकी और प्रायोगिकी का मिलन संभव कराया है। और मुझे जब नायक जी बोल रहे थे तो उनके बोलते समय मैं निरंतर सोच रहा था ये मेरे लिए कोई पॉइंट छोड़ेंगे या नहीं, मैं क्या बोलूंगा अपने मित्रों में। अच्छा, मित्रों के साथ एक और अच्छी बात और कष्ट की बात होती है, वो ये जानते हैं कि मेरा मित्र क्या बोलेगा। तो मुझे लगा नायक जी को शायद अनुभव हो गया था मैं क्या बोलने वाला हूँ, तो उन्होंने लगभग मेरे जितने भी बिंदु थे वे बोले। और मुझे बड़ा अच्छा लगा जब उन्होंने गीता का उदाहरण दिया, यद्यदाचरति श्रेष्ठ तत्तद्देवेत्तरो जन महाजनो येन गतस्स पंथा। महाभारत में यक्ष ने युधिष्ठिर से जब प्रश्न किए तो युधिष्ठिर ने उत्तर में महाजनो येन गतस्स पंथा कहा। ऐसे में मेरे समक्ष एक प्रश्न जरूर है। मैं परंपरा का विद्यार्थी हूं, भारतीय परंपरा सभ्यता का विद्यार्थी हूं, उसका अनुगमन करता हूं, लेकिन आज के समय में भी रहता हूं। मैं इस प्रकार के संस्थानों के मेरे विद्यार्थी मित्र, शिक्षक मित्र या इन उद्यमों से प्रत्यक्ष रूप से जुड़े हुए मित्रों के मन में एक जिज्ञासा जरूर होगी। रोहित जी जैसे मेरे युवा मित्र जरूर सोचेंगे कि आज इस प्रबंधन के युग में, आधुनिकता के युग में, 21वीं सदी में इन संस्कृत के श्लोकों का क्या अर्थ है, इस परंपरा सभ्यता संस्कृति का क्या अर्थ है, भारत के इतिहास को गाने का क्या लाभ है। ये प्रश्न जरूर आएगा। बहुत सारे मित्र ये भी करते हैं कि था हमारा भारत बहुत महान था, आपका कहना मान लिया, लेकिन आज हम कहाँ हैं, आज हम कहाँ हैं, यह जानना भी बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है। इसलिए मैं एक सूत्र वाक्य मित्रों आपसे कहता हूं, और वो ये, हम अपने इतिहास के गर्भनाल संबंध को भूलें नहीं, हम अपने इतिहास को, अतीत को भूलें नहीं, उससे विच्छिन्न ना हो, उससे जुड़े रहें। हम अपने वर्तमान से भागे नहीं, वर्तमान का सामना करें और हम अपने भविष्य की चिंता करें। हम अपने अतीत से जुड़कर वर्तमान का सामना करते हुए भविष्य की ओर उन्मुख होंगे तो एक संगति बैठेगी, एक सामंजस्य बैठेगा, एक निरंतरता बैठेगी। और वो सामंजस्य, निरंतरता हमें विभिन्न प्रकार के नवाचारों की ओर, जिन आत्मविश्वास की आवश्यकता की ओर नायक जी इंगित कर रहे थे, मुझे लगता है सबसे महत्वपूर्ण प्रश्न यही है। मैं अपने विद्यार्थी मित्रों से अनेक वर्षों से, अपनी पहली कक्षा में 2 बातें कहता हूं। अपने विद्यार्थी मित्रों से पहली बार मैं ये कहता हूं, भाई हिंदी के एक बड़े साहित्यकार हुए आचार्य हजारी प्रसाद द्विवेदी, वे शांति निकेतन में पढ़ाते थे और उन्होंने एक उपन्यास लिखा पुनर्नवा। उसमें वो एक वाक्य कहते हैं, और वो कहते हैं डरना किसी से नहीं, डरना किसी से नहीं। और वो कहते हैं डरना किसी से नहीं, तंत्र से नहीं, मंत्र से नहीं। तंत्र कहते हैं व्यवस्था को, तंत्र कहते हैं सिस्टम को, तंत्र कहते हैं स्ट्रक्चर को, तंत्र कहते हैं ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को। तंत्र से नहीं, मंत्र से नहीं। मंत्र कहते हैं गोपनीय नॉलेज को, सीक्रेट नॉलेज को, कॉन्क्रीट जानकारी को। मंत्र कहते हैं आप लोग आजकल मंत्रा बोलते हैं, तो ज्ञान को मंत्र बोलते हैं। वो कहते हैं डरना किसी से नहीं, तंत्र से नहीं, मंत्र से नहीं, देव से नहीं, दानव से नहीं। देव कहते हैं जो बड़ा है, देव कहते हैं जो सम्माननीय है, देव कहते हैं जो प्रतिष्ठा में, पद में, आयु में, वय में, हर चीज में महान है। और दानव जो शत्रु है, जो पराक्रम से दुर्दम्य व्यवहार करता है, उससे, देव से नहीं, दानव से नहीं। और वो कहते हैं डरना किसी से नहीं, गुरु से भी नहीं। गुरु कौन है? जो हमसे हर चीज में महान है, जो ज्ञान में बड़ा है, जो अनुभव में बड़ा है, उससे भी नहीं। डरना किसी से नहीं। और ये डरना किसी से नहीं का भाव ही मन में एक आत्मविश्वास का संचार कर सकता है। और मैं अपने विद्यार्थी मित्रों से प्राय कहता हूं, हम कर सकते हैं, हम सब कुछ कर सकते हैं, और मैं कर सकता हूं। कई बार हमें ऐसा लगता है, जिन लोगों ने पहली बार हवाई जहाज की यात्रा की होगी, 38,000 फीट की ऊंचाई पर पहुंचने के बाद नीचे देखने में जमीन पर ऐसा लगता है बड़ी बड़ी अट्टालिकाएं दिखाई भी नहीं देती, दृश्यमान भी नहीं होती। जब पहली बार हम समुद्र के किनारे खड़े होते हैं और दूर तक देखते हैं, तो अपनी क्षुद्रताओं का आभास होता है कि हम कितने छोटे हैं, प्रकृति कितनी विशाल है। जब पहली बार आप पहाड़ पर चढ़ते हैं और देखते हैं, तो आपको लगता है कि हम कितने छोटे से हैं, इस पहाड़ को कैसे पार करेंगे। फनफनाती हुई जो वर्षा की ऋतु में उफनती हुई नदियों को देखकर डरने वाले लोगों ने उन पर पुल बनाए हैं। बड़े बड़े पहाड़ों को काटकर हमने मार्ग बनाए हैं। बड़े बड़े समुद्रों के ऊपर हमने रास्ते बनाए हैं। मनुष्य की जिजीविषा, मनुष्य की जीने की शक्ति, मनुष्य की संघर्ष करने की शक्ति, प्रकृति को संबोधित करने की शक्ति, अपनी आत्मविश्वास की, दृढ़ता की शक्ति इतनी महत्वपूर्ण है कि वो किसी भी समस्या का सामना करने में समर्थ है। पहली बार जब मैं पहाड़ में सेवा करता था, तो कई बार ऐसा लगता था, एक और खाई है, एक और पहाड़ है, लोगों को गाड़ियां चलाते हुए देखता था। मैं सोचता था मेरे से कभी वाहन नहीं चलेगा यहाँ, या तो खाई में गिरा लूंगा या पहाड़ से टकरा लूंगा। मेरे एक मित्र थे, उन्होंने कहा, देखो भाई, ये 5वीं 6ठी पास बच्चे ये टैक्सी चलाते हैं, आप तो PhD हो, आप क्यों नहीं चला सकते हो? आपके अंदर ही विश्वास होना चाहिए। तो फिर मैंने चलाई और अपने मित्रों को गाड़ी चलानी सिखाई भी। यह आत्मविश्वास, आत्मविश्वास पहली सीढ़ी है। और आत्मविश्वास इस बात से आता है कि रेसिस्टेंस भी होगा, प्रतिरोध भी होगा। कुछ लोगों को कठिनाई होगी जब आप आगे बढ़ेंगे, जब आप कुछ नया करेंगे, जब कोई नवाचार सोचेंगे, जब कोई उद्यम आपके मन में आएगा, कुछ लोगों को कठिनाई होगी। आपने देखा होगा संस्थानों में काम करते समय अधिक परिश्रम करने वालों के सामने अधिक कठिनाई आती है। मेरे एक मित्र हैं, राजनीति विज्ञान के बड़े आचार्य हैं, उन्होंने बहुत साल पहले मुझे एक बात बताई। मैं उनसे कभी कहता था, मेरे विश्वविद्यालय में मेरे कुलपति मुझसे ये काम भी लेते हैं, ये काम भी लेते हैं। उन्होंने कहा, देखो भाई संजीव, अच्छे काम का एक ही रिवार्ड है, और काम। अच्छे काम का एक ही पुरस्कार है, और काम। आप अच्छा करोगे तो आपसे अधिक करने के लिए कहा जाएगा। यदि कोई आपके यहाँ नायक जी के पास कोई ऐसा कर्मचारी, ऐसा शिक्षक है जो काम नहीं करता है, तो नायक जी काम करते समय कहेंगे, इसे छोड़ो, ये कोई काम नहीं करता है, वो आराम में रहेगा। संस्कृत की एक बड़ी उक्ति है, नात्यंतम सरलई भाग्यम गत्वा अपश्य वनस्थलीम। बहुत सरल होने की भी आवश्यकता नहीं है। गत्वा अपश्य वनस्थलीम, जंगल में जाकर देखो, सरलास तत्रा विच्छिद्यन्ते कुब्जास तिष्ठन्ते पादपा। सीधे पेड़ कट जाते हैं, जो आड़े तिरछे उन्हें वो लोग छोड़ देते हैं, किसी के काम नहीं आएंगे। लेकिन इसका अर्थ ये नहीं है कि हमें परिश्रम से बचना है। मेरे शिक्षक थे प्रोफेसर इंद्र नारायण तिवारी, पटना के ही थे। उन्होंने जीवन भर एक बात बताई, परिश्रम कभी अनरिवार्डेड नहीं जाता है, कभी भी आपकी मेहनत अनरिवार्डेड नहीं होगी। इसलिए परिश्रम दूसरी महत्वपूर्ण बात है। रेसिस्टेंस का सामना करना तीसरी महत्वपूर्ण बात है। रेसिस्टेंस होगी, सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस हमारा उस रेसिस्टेंस के सामने खड़ा होगा। और एक महत्वपूर्ण बात है हमारी सामाजिक दायित्व, सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी। कई बार हमें लगता है हम अपने व्यक्तिगत वैभव, व्यक्तिगत उन्नति, व्यक्तिगत ऐश्वर्य, व्यक्तिगत समृद्धि, उसके लिए काम कर रहे हैं, अपनी आत्मोन्नति के लिए काम कर रहे हैं। लेकिन हमारी आत्मोन्नति समाज की उन्नति में क्या अंशदान दे सकती है, क्या योगदान दे सकती है, समाज के लिए क्या हमारा अवदान हो सकता है। मैं प्राय प्राय इस बात को पूरे देश भर में कहता हूं। मेरे परिचय में रोहित जी ने विस्तार से बताया, मैं देश भर के अनेकानेक विश्वविद्यालयों में जाता हूं, सब जगह एक ही कथा गाता हूं। दुष्यंत की एक पंक्ति है, मैं जिसे ओढ़ता बिछाता हूं वो गजल आपको सुनाता हूं। मैं पूछता हूं ये चश्मा जिससे मैं देख सकता हूं मैं नहीं बनाता, ये बनाना मुझे नहीं आता। ये कुर्सी जिस पर मैं बैठता हूं ये बनानी मुझे नहीं आती। ये कपड़ा जो मैं पहने हुए हूं ये बनाना मुझे नहीं आता। यदि मैं अपने भरोसे रहता तो आज पत्ते लपेट कर रह रहा होता। हमने समाज में कुछ लोगों ने कपड़ा बनाना सीखा, कुछ ने चश्मा बनाना सीखा, कुछ ने गेहूं उगाना सीखा, कुछ ने किताबें लिखना सीखा, कुछ ने उसे प्रिंट करना सीखा, कुछ ने उसे लाइब्रेरी में पहुंचाना सीखा, कुछ ने लाइब्रेरी को संभालना सीखा। तब हम इसे पढ़ पाए, तब हम इन्हें जान पाए, तब हम यहां तक पहुंच पाए। तो मेरा आपका सबका जो मेकअप है, मेरी आपकी सबकी जो उपस्थिति है, मेरी आपकी जो कुछ प्रकृति है, जो कुछ प्रस्तुति है, जो कुछ प्रेजेंटेशन है, वो कितने सारे लोगों का देन है, अवदान है। कितने सारे लोगों ने मेरे आपके बनाने में काम किया है, परिश्रम किया है, मेहनत की है। उन सब ने उनके रिटर्न गिफ्ट की आवश्यकता तो है। उन्होंने जब इतना सब कुछ हमें दिया है, उनके रिटर्न गिफ्ट में सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, सामाजिक दायित्व मेरा क्या है, समाज को इससे क्या लाभ होगा, इस सब के करने से मेरा लाभ हो वह भी आवश्यक है। लेकिन समाज के किसी अंश को भी मैं कोई लाभ पहुंचा सकूंगा, ये भी मेरे मन में निरंतर भाव आना चाहिए। और उसकी ओर संकेत किया था नायक जी ने, ह्यूमैनिटी, ह्यूमन टच। मैं निरंतर कहता हूं मानवीय संवेदना, और ये मानवीय संवेदना समस्त प्राणियों के प्रति, एक व्यक्ति विशेष के प्रति नहीं, अपनों के प्रति नहीं। मेरा अपना बहुत बड़ा हो जाए, सब मेरे अपने हो जाएं, वसुधैव कुटुंबकम का जैसा उल्लेख किया गया, सबके प्रति हम कोई नवाचार करें, हम कोई इनोवेशन करें, हम कोई शोध करें, हम कोई उद्यम लगाएं, उसके अपने विकास के साथ साथ मनुष्य की संवेदना का भाव भी हमारे मन में रहे। कृष्ण गीता में कहते हैं, ईश्वर सर्वभूतानां हृदयेषु तिष्ठति। हे अर्जुन, सभी प्राणियों के हृदय देश में ईश्वर निवास करता है। भारत की परंपरा में मैं प्राय महात्मा गांधी का उल्लेख करता हूं, जिनके नाम पर यह विश्वविद्यालय है जहां पर मैं स्थापित हूं। चंपारण ने मोहनदास करमचंद गांधी को महात्मा गांधी बनाया। चंपारण भारत की महात्मा गांधी की पहली कर्मभूमि है। गांधी जी एक बात कहते थे, किसी दुर्घटना में कभी प्रलय आ जाए, कोई ऐसी समस्या हो जाए, संसार का सारा साहित्य, संसार का सारे ग्रंथ नष्ट हो जाएं, समुद्र में बह जाएं, अग्नि खा जाए, उन्हें कुछ भी ना बचे, समाज के लिए बताने के लिए कोई पुस्तक ना बचे, ऐसे में भी यदि ईशावास्योपनिषद बच गई तो भारत बच जाएगा, सभ्यता मनुष्यता बच जाएगी। और वो कहते थे, ईशावास्योपनिषद का पहला मंत्र, ईशावास्यमिदं सर्वम यत्किंच जगत्याम जगत तेन त्यक्तेन भुंजीथा मागृध कस्य सुधनम। ये सारा विश्व, सारा जगत, ये पृथ्वी पर जो कुछ भी दृश्यमान है, यह सब ईश्वर से व्याप्त है। और यदि वो ईश्वर से व्याप्त है तो ये सब ईश्वर का प्रदत्त है, ईश्वर की देन है। और यदि ये ईश्वर की देन है तो तेन त्यक्तेन भुंजीथा, इसका त्याग पूर्वक उपभोग करना है। उपभोग भी करना है, उपभोग से भागना नहीं है, ऐश्वर्य का निषेध नहीं करना है। ये नहीं कहना चाहता हूं आप सबसे कि प्रदीप राठी जी अपना जंगल में चले जाएं, गेरुआ वस्त्र धारण करें और तपस्या करने लगें। करें, अपना उद्यम करें, अपनी उद्यमिता में विकास करें और समृद्धि करें और ऐश्वर्य प्राप्त करें, लेकिन मानवता का ध्यान सबको, हमको मनुष्य के रूप में, और वो मानवता का ध्यान मनुष्य मात्र को नहीं, सभी प्राणी मात्र को। इसलिए भारत की परंपरा हमेशा सिखाती है। आप इस कोविड के संकट के समय आपने देखा, संसार भर ने भारत की परंपराओं को स्वीकार करना प्रारंभ किया। ये नमस्कार हाथ जोड़कर दूर से करना संसार भर के राष्ट्र नेताओं को करते हुए मैंने आपने देखा। संसार भर में अब आयुष मंत्रालय के काढ़ा पिलाने की व्यवस्था को सब सीखने लगे। हम विश्व ने बताया तो योगा से योग सीखने लगे। मैं प्राय अपने मित्रों से अनेक वर्ष से कहता हूं, जिस दिन अमेरिका इंग्लैंड में बैठे हुए कुछ वहां के सफेद चमड़ी वाले वैज्ञानिक और शोधकर्ता ये कहना प्रारंभ करेंगे कि संस्कृता बहुत जरूरी है, तब हमारे सब संस्थानों में देश भर में संस्कृता पढ़ाई जा रही होगी। हम ऐसे ही सीखते हैं, हम ऐसे ही आगे बढ़ते हैं। लेकिन फिर भी एक और विषय है, डिजिटल डिवाइड की बात तो इस इनोवेशन में लगातार उसके लिए आप सब लोग, संस्थानों के लोग प्रयास कर रहे हैं, इस बात को मैं समझता हूं। लेकिन इस डिजिटल डिवाइड में एक महत्वपूर्ण विषय और है, वो है भाषा का। वर्तमान भारत सरकार की शिक्षा नीति जो अभी 29 जुलाई 2020 को लागू हुई है, वो पहली बार भारत में अनेकों वर्षों बाद इस बात की घोषणा करती है कि मातृभाषा, भारत की स्थानीय भाषा, क्षेत्रीय भाषा, जिन भाषाओं में हम सहज हैं, जिन भाषाओं में हम स्वाभाविक हैं, जो भाषाएं हमारे लिए बोधगम्य हैं, जिनमें हमारे विद्यार्थी की, हमारे शिक्षक की अभिव्यक्ति सरल हो सकती है, उनकी ओर भी हमारा ध्यान देना अब इन संस्थानों में आवश्यक है। क्योंकि आपने देखा जब पहली बार भारत में टीवी आया था, आप में से बहुत सारे लोगों को याद होगा, जब स्टार चैनल्स आए थे तो वो अंग्रेजी में सब कुछ चलता था, और धीरे धीरे उन्होंने ये दिल मांगे मोर वो भी रोमन में लिखा। ये हमारे जो जिंगल्स थे वो भी सब रोमन में हिंदी के प्रारंभ हुए, और फिर धीरे धीरे समझ में आ गया इस व्यापार को यदि चलना है तो स्थानीय क्षेत्रीय भाषाओं में चलना है। और फिर अब सब लौट आए हिंदी की ओर, और फिर संसार भर के कहे जाने वाले टीवी चैनल्स में उन्होंने अपने सारे प्रोग्रामों को क्षेत्रीय भाषाओं में, आप यदि मद्रास में बैठकर, कांचीपुरम में मेरे मित्र बैठे हैं सेंथिल कुमार, वहां बैठकर यदि टीवी ऑन करेंगे तो आपको अंग्रेजी के सारे चैनल्स तमिल में बोलते हुए सुनाई देंगे। उनकी तमिल में डबिंग हो गई, किस लिए? क्योंकि उन्हें क्षेत्रीय पहचान, क्षेत्रीय व्यापकता, क्षेत्रीय व्यावृत्ति, क्षेत्रीय पहुंच, एक्सेसिबिलिटी, वो सब चाहिए। ऐसे में हमें भाषा के प्रश्न पर भी इन संस्थानों में और उन हमारे इनोवेशन के विचार करते समय आगे बढ़ना होगा। इस बात को भी मैं आप सबसे निवेदन करना चाहता हूं। और एक बात और, महाभारत में ही एक बहुत महत्वपूर्ण प्रसंग आता है, त्यजेद एकम कुलस्यार्थे ग्रामस्यार्थे कुलम त्यजेद। एक को कुल के हित के लिए एक के हित को त्याग जा सकता है, एक के हित से पूरे कुल का हित बड़ा होता है, और यदि गांव का हित है तो उस कुल के हित से बड़ा होता है। ग्रामम जनपदस्यार्थे, गांव का हित उससे जनपद से बड़ा नहीं होता, जनपद का हित बड़ा होता है, गांव के हित को त्यागा जा सकता है। और आत्मार्थे पृथ्वीं त्यजेत, राष्ट्रार्थे पृथ्वीं त्यजेत, राष्ट्र के हित के लिए मनुष्य के हित की बलि दी जा सकती है। इसलिए मुझे लगता है आज का समय, जिसकी ओर हमारे नायक जी ने इंगित भी किया, समर्थ भारत, श्रेष्ठ भारत, स्वस्थ भारत, आत्मनिर्भर भारत, इस भारत के लिए, सशक्त भारत के लिए हमारे व्यक्तिगत हितों को भी कई बार हमें तिलांजलि देनी होगी। राष्ट्र के हित को बड़ा समझना होगा, राष्ट्र के सम्मान को, राष्ट्र की प्रतिष्ठा को, राष्ट्र की रक्षा को, उसकी सुरक्षा को, उसके गौरव को बड़ा मानना होगा। हमारे बहुत प्रकार के शोध, बहुत प्रकार के इनोवेशन कई बार तात्कालिक होते हैं, उनकी तात्कालिकताओं से परे जाना होगा। वे तुरंत कुछ लाभ दे रहे होंगे, तुरंत कुछ सुविधा दे रहे होंगे, लेकिन बाद में आपने, मैंने, सबने देखा है, नायक जी ने, प्रदीप जी ने, हम सब ने एक बात देखी है, पहले हम मिट्टी के बर्तनों का, तांबे के बर्तनों का, पीतल के बर्तनों का उपयोग करते थे। आधुनिकता के नाम पर हमें धीरे से प्लास्टिक सिखा दी गई, पॉलिथीन सिखा दी गई, आधुनिकता के नाम पर वो परोस दी गई। मेरे आपके घरों में, गांवों में, कस्बों में, रसोइयों में, कार्यालयों में, सब में भेज दी गई। बाद में हमें बता दिया गया ये एनवायरनमेंट को नुकसान करती है। वो स्वयं उससे बाहर निकल गए और अब बताने लगे ये विकासशील देश एनवायरनमेंट का नुकसान कर रहे हैं, अब इन पर फाइन लगाओ, इन पर ये दंड लगाओ, इनको ये बताओ। अगले बार वो कुछ और सिखाने लगेंगे, और परिणाम ये हुआ हमारी पारंपरिकता के जो आग्रह थे, वे जो हमारी वस्तुएं थी, वो अब दिल्ली हाट में बिकने लगी अधिक मूल्य में। उसे हम अपने घरों में, ड्राइंग रूम में सजाने के लिए खरीदने लगे। वो उससे हमारे जो सामाजिक क्षेत्र में कौशल था वह भी नष्ट होने लगा, वह भी क्षीण होने लगा। तो इसलिए एक बात का निवेदन करना चाहता हूं, आधुनिकता के आग्रहों में हमारे सारे इनोवेशन, हमारी सारी एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप इस बात को भी ध्यान में रखे कि उसके तात्कालिक लाभ हैं या दूरगामी लाभ हैं, समाज को लाभ हैं, सभ्यता को लाभ हैं, या कुछ एक व्यक्ति विशेष या एक समूह, एक परिवार विशेष को लाभ हैं, उन पर भी हम जरूर विचार करें। इसलिए मैं बहुत, आप सब लोग अनुभवी हैं, बहुत अधिक इस विषय में नहीं कह सकता हूं, लेकिन एक बार पुनः आदरणीय नायक जी का, अभी सब मित्रों का बहुत बहुत आभार व्यक्त करता हूं, और आप सबके लिए ईश्वर से पुनः प्रार्थना करता हूं आप सब स्वस्थ रहें, सुरक्षित रहें, सानंद रहें, और यह भी कामना करता हूं कोविड का संकट समाप्त हो तो कभी एक बार आप सब लोगों से भौतिक रूप से मिलने का अवसर ईश्वर प्रदान करे। मलय जी की आतिथ्य के मन का लोभ भी मन में रहेगा। आप सबको एक बार बहुत बहुत नमस्कार।
थैंक यू वेरी मच सर, वी आर सो मच ग्रेटफुल। आपने आज का जो उद्घाटन समारोह का चार चांद लगा दिए। हम देखता हूं आप अपने दाहिने साइड में माता सरस्वती का स्थापना किए हुए, हमको लगता है सरस्वती जी आपका जीव में निवास करते हैं। क्या बोले, आपका सबसे बड़ा बात एक एंटरप्रेन्योर का जितना क्वालिटी होना चाहिए, आप बड़ा सरल भाषा में, आप बहुत बोधगम्य भाषा में आप इसको समाहित कर लिए। आज जो सबसे बड़ा बात इसका सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस होना चाहिए, आत्मबल होना चाहिए, ये सबसे बड़ा बात बोल दिए। क्योंकि स्वामी विवेकानंद जी ने भी बोले थे, एवरी बेबी बॉर्न्स विथ इनफाइनाइट पोटेंशियलिटी, प्रत्येक बच्चा असीम शक्ति का साथ पैदा होता है, लेकिन इन फ्यूचर हाउ मच पोटेंशियलिटी विल बी कन्वर्टेड इनटू द काइनेटिक फॉर्म, इट डिपेंड्स ऑन हिम। इसका आत्मबल का ऊपर निर्भर करता है, वो पोटेंशियलिटी को कितना काइनेटिक फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट करता है, अकॉर्डिंगली ये स्केल ऑफ एक्सीलेंस को अचीव करता है। आपने ये बहुत बड़ा बात बोल दी, जो विवेकानंद जी बोले थे, एवरी कवर्ड इज अनकवर्ड व्हेन इट इज डिस्कवर्ड। प्रत्येक अच्छा चीज तब उन्मेलित हो जाता है जब हम इसको आविष्कार कर लेते हैं। ये आत्मबल का ऊपर निर्भर करता है, जो कि आप सबसे बड़ा सारगर्भित बात बोल दिए। इसीलिए आप ये जो बात बोल दिए, ये एक एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप को अपना कर्तव्य में कैसे एकनिष्ठ होके अपना रास्ता में चलना चाहिए, कैसे ये करना चाहिए, इसको सुन के भी हमको भगवत गीता का एक पंक्ति याद आ गया, जद उग्रे विषमीव परिणाम अमृतोपमम तत्सुखम सात्विकम प्रोक्तम आत्मबुद्धि प्रसादतम। जो पहले जहर समान होता है, अब परिशेष में अमृत समान होता है, वही वास्तविक सुख होता है और इसको स्थिति प्रज्ञ प्राप्त करता है। एक एंटरप्रेन्योर का ये क्वालिटी होना चाहिए। लड़ाई का मैंने इसको स्ट्रगल करने का ये भी होना चाहिए, इसको जहर पीने का ये भी होना चाहिए, एक्सपीरियंस होना चाहिए, क्योंकि परिणाम में वो अमृत प्राप्त कर सकते और सक्सेसफुल हो सकते। सो आपने सर आज जो बोले इतना माने हार्ट टचिंग था, इतना ये था। हम तो एक बात बोलूंगा, मैं तो एक बहती गंगा अपना धारा में चलता हूँ, मैं तो एक बहती गंगा अपना धारा में चलता हूँ, जहां से प्यार मिला वही रुक जाता हूँ, जहां से प्यार मिला वही रुक जाता हूँ। आपका जो दिल का आवाज से हम आपको दिल देता हूँ। तो आज से हम लोग का ये जो हम देखे, एक विद्वान रियली जो विद्वान खाली इंटरनेशनल स्टेचर का नहीं है, और आपका जो सार गर्भक भाषण हुआ और इतना रिलीवेंट भाषण हुआ, इतना माने अप टू पॉइंट हुआ, एंड जो रियली एंटरप्रेन्योर बनना चाहते हैं इससे बहुत कुछ ज्ञान लाभ कर सकते हैं। Thank you very much, sir. Once again, on behalf of all the members of the institute and on behalf of the managing committee of the institute and the student community and on behalf of all the delegates, connected delegates, I express my millions and billions of gratitude for your gracious presence. And very soon, after the COVID, we will be meeting and definitely we will be having a long relationship to be established, and it will take a while.
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू। आई एम सॉरी, मुझे एक कार्यक्रम में जाना है।
नहीं सर, आप यू आर नाउ फ्री, यू आर नाउ फ्री। ओके सर, थैंक यू वेरी मच, थैंक यू।
Okay, thank you so much, Sanjeev sir. It was a really wonderful performance, sir. It was a really innovative performance by you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. And now we will move towards our next session. And now it's a turn for the keynote address. And our today's keynote speaker is Mr. Pradeep Rathi, sir. Before we proceed, let me introduce Mr. Pradeep Rathi. Mr. Pradeep Rathi, an entrepreneurship innovation ecosystem enabler with 34 plus years of successful experience focused on return on investment, broad leadership, shared values, CSR, and operational expertise. He has headed limited companies with global operations, a thinker working with missions to enable, inspire, and motivate people to create great products, build great companies, and change the world. He is an advisor of India for Alibaba Cloud, member of Academic Council of Jammu University, regional vice president on Computer Society of India, national executive committee, advisor, mentor, and incubation partner with the E-Cell of Abhyuday of IIT Bombay. He is advisor cum mentor with Tata Institute of Social Science, Mumbai for social startups. So with all these words, I'd like to welcome Mr. Pradeep Rathi, sir, for keynote address.
Good morning, everybody. I would like to first thank the and I'm made to go after excellent speech by the chief guest, Sanjeev ji. It is really difficult to speak after him. On the outset, I would like to thank my elder brother, Professor A.K. Nayak, for having me today, and like to also uh, thank the speakers who are going to follow me. I'll be speaking today on the art of structured innovation, because with the influx of Industry 4.0 coming in, so the need for structured innovation is a major requirement. So according to Singularity University, between 2020 and 2025, we are going to see as much technological change in the world as the entire 100 years between 1900 to 2000. Think about that. Exponential technological change is rendering so many things in terms of what we are learning obsolete. 45% of the jobs today will not exist. 10 years from now, all the careers, all the jobs are changing because of robotics, because of artificial intelligence, because of advanced algorithms and emerging technologies. These are changing at a rapid pace. Like short skirts, innovation has traditionally swung into and out of fashion, popular in good times and tossed back into the closet in downturns. But as globalization tears down the geographic boundaries and market barriers that once kept businesses from achieving their potential, a company's ability to innovate, to tap the fresh value, creating ideas of its employees and those of its partners, customers, suppliers, and other parties beyond its own boundaries is anything but faddish. In fact, innovation has become a core driver of growth, performance, and valuation. To sustain growth, companies need consistent stream of new products, services, processes, and business models. There are no best practice solutions to seed and cultivate innovation. The structure and processes that many leaders reflectively use to encourage it are really important. Therefore, when it comes to innovation, the single most common piece of advice I give is to think out of the box. Now, friends, I will take you through 3 or 4 slides quickly on Industry 4.0. As you are aware, in 1700s, we had the first revolution that was caused by the main driver for that was steam. In 1800, the revolution took place where the driver was electricity. In 1990, when the revolution came, it was driven by computing. And now the 4th industrial revolution is going to be driven by intelligence. The 10 most important technologies which are going to drive the Industry 4.0 are artificial intelligence, 3D printing, blockchain, biotechnology, robotics, Internet of Things, new materials, energy capture, storage and transmission, new computational technologies, and virtual and augmented reality. Now, we are in the age where the customer is connected, and today customers are connected 24/7. Businesses are expected to be just as smart, always on, and connected as their customers. Yet 59% of the companies lack 4th industrial revolution capabilities. Now, the industries which are going to have drastic change because of innovation are retail, where you will see 91% change occurring in the way they function. In automobile, 84%. In telecommunication, 82%. Healthcare, 76%, how it is delivered. In government, 73% functioning will change because of innovation and Industry 4.0 technologies. In financial services, 58%, and in corporate, about 45% as to how we will change. So today what we are going to look at is what is innovation, what makes some companies innovate and others not so innovative, and thirdly, can you as a leader and managers do to improve innovation? Now, there are three types of innovation. First is a product innovation. Smartphone is a good example. Everyone has one type of smartphone or two. It is all about shiny new things. Then you have the process innovation. It is about the ability to deliver what you want to deliver at rapidly low cost or radically better experience. Example, drone for same day delivery, unmanned aircrafts, and various others. And the third is a business model innovation. It is classical example is Dell model. They were the first ones to sell you PCs or laptops directly. And now you can think no other way of buying your PC or laptop. Business model innovation is really about getting your money from a different place or source of value chain. In China, you can buy books by weight and not by title, as in this business model, the most expensive thing is the paper and not IP. There is not very comfortable business model if you are a publisher or an author. But believe me, that is a very different business model. There are two categories of innovation. One is an incremental innovation and other is a disruptive innovation. Now, in an incremental innovation, what happens is that you have a steady growth of increase that is occurring. In disruptive, you jump the curve. It is a matter of perspective. The perspective is to jump the curve, not to stay on the same curve that you are on, not to try to do things 10% better. Great innovation occurs when you get to the next curve, when you go from telephone to internet, when you go from daisy wheel printer to laser printer to 3D printing. The great innovation occurs on the next curve. Now, innovation is not creativity, but innovation is equal to creativity plus delivery. Creativity is a part of innovation, not the whole part. Delivery is also important. It is one thing to have a good idea. It is another thing to bring it to a point it makes money and real returns. And actually, each part of this is as difficult as the other. What makes one company good? What makes one company bad? It all boils down to 8 things, the 8 essentials of innovation. It is like a recipe you can make, you can mix them in different ways. But generally speaking, these 8 things that really matter if you want to be an innovative company. The first 4 essentials, which are strategic and creative in nature, help set, prioritize the terms and conditions under which innovation is more likely to thrive. The next 4 essentials deal with how to deliver and organize for innovation rapidly over time with enough value to contribute meaningfully over all performance. The first being aspire. It is about setting an aspiration for what you want to achieve as a company of innovation. Critically, you have to put some number on it. It is not enough to say, I would really like to be more innovative. That really doesn't mean anything. what you have to say, what it gone to get you. If you do not and you are prepared to put it in real time as leaders, then you are going to get a good result at aspiration. The second is choose. Choose is about making clear bets. If you don't choose as company, you effectively choose nothing. And that's exactly what you are going to get. You may just give a cash away or put your cash in a big bag and burn it. Choice is really important. I will be honest with you, it is also the most difficult essential. Nobody likes to make the choice. No one remembers the person who makes the big hit because that becomes everybody's property. The third is discover. This is where the ideas come from. Here my provocative statement. There is no shortage of ideas. What makes good idea? I would argue it's insights. It's insights that's a privileged way to look at a customer, at a market, at a technology, at a market, at a technology that allows the new to flourish. If you have a choice to put your money, invest it in insights and let the ideas come. If you invest in getting more ideas, what you are doing is making your choice harder. What you want is insight. And the fourth and the final is evolve. The last one is evolve. Evolve is about the business model. It is a great challenge for incumbents. It is very easy to get disrupted by a startup in a garage. You are going to see some of the people who have traded stocks that started up in garage, which are up in hundreds of $1,000,000. You have a formula that works. Why you would like to change it? The reality is that if you don't explore business models, you will go extinct. And there are good stories of people slowly going extinct over 20 years or going extinct very quickly over 2 years. So this is the left-hand side. This is really about how you make it. The right-hand side is all about how you do it. Accelerate. Now there is a wonderful phrase around making horses, not camels, because camel is a horse designed by a committee. It is you were to go and say, design me a process that will kill and dilute and water down ideas. You will end up with pretty much most corporate innovation processes. They would not be any better at killing and weakening innovation. The truth is that it does not have to be like that. You can do it differently, but it requires some thought and requires some risk taking and requires some ownership. But it can be done. But if you ignore it, you will end up with a bunch of camels. Some ideas are born global. There are just meant to be big. Either they have a huge network effect like Facebook. Facebook is a global idea, or because the first mover advantage is everything. If you don't get into geography first, it's done right. So you may as well make it global. If you have an idea which is global, you need to invest in it like it was global. If you short it and you are wasting your money, it won't work in niches. That said, it's important that there are some ideas are best in niches that doesn't scale. And there is nothing wrong with that. There are some incredible profitable niches out of there. If you take software as a service, what we call SaaS for enterprise. That is right now the hottest space in technology and an area where enormous amount of money are being made in these niches. So if you are in a niche, fine, exploit it. If you are global, however, keep up the money down to make it work. Extend. Open innovation begins a partner of choice. Among every serious company now uses some form of open or collaborative innovation. Last holds out the pharma companies gave up years ago. They now work extensively with small companies, and the reason is you cannot hope to be as good on your own as everybody put together. The numbers don't work, so you have to find a way to collaborate and you have to find a way to partner if you want to be successful. What I want you to think, can you make a partner of choice? Can you make people to come and work with you? Because it is awful lot easier to pick from position of strength than to beg people to work with you. And finally, mobilize. The last one is the one people are normally most excited about, which is mobilize. How do you energize and organize your organization to get behind innovation? Now I would have to tell you, take a piece of paper, draw some boxes and lines, and I can guarantee you, that will give you a great innovative organization. We really looked hard for an answer. It does not exist. There is no significant correlation between particular organization design and great innovative organization. Let me be clear. It is possible to design really stupid organization that makes things really hard. All I'm saying, you cannot find a silver bullet. So what can you do to mobilize and energize your organization? Let me give you a couple of things. One is to link your innovation choices to your strategy. You will often find that strategy lives tremendously in important place in the organization, and innovation lives in lovely vacuum, completely separate from strategy. Break down that structure, get innovation involved in your strategic decision. It helps enormously. Second is the theme we mentioned earlier, collaboration. Chances are you don't know as company what you know, how you can bring that together. There is a lot of different ways you can do it. Some work for different companies, but investing to bring ideas and knowledge together, people together, is one of the most powerful ways to raise innovation as a whole. Last thing is about incentives. Incentives do matter, particularly if you are business unit leader, if you are running a big P&L for a business, you are usually not that keen to pilot stuff that is going to make 2 or 3% difference in the next year. That is not on your mind. But the truth is that if you don't find way to incentivize people to do that, it will never be next big thing. So some target incentives for particular people can be really important. So here you make bare essentials do really matter. Let me show you, it does really matter if you get them right. In a given company, how many essentials they going for them determine if they are top quarter innovators or bottom quarter innovators. If you have no essential working for you, chances are you're going to be a bottom quarter innovator. Interestingly, you may be in the top quarter innovator purely by being lucky and not because of business strategy. Just get one right. Good news. Get one right and your chances of being in top double and bottom half. Get 4 to 5 right, you are looking pretty good. Get 7 or more right, this is how you look 63% are in top quarter and you are not in the bottom quarter. Therefore, 8 essentials do matter. So the last question, what can you do individually? The first is to take good hard look at the way you stand right now on innovation, not how you talk about it, not about what people think you as a brand, but how good are you at making innovation happen at your company by the way you can measure it to these 8 essentials. The second thing is to decide what it is you want to achieve with innovation. To let you know on a secret, out of 100 clients I have spoken to on innovation, about 30% have a genuine innovation problem, about 30% have strategy problem, and they say we don't know what to do. We learned or heard about innovation, and 30% have Bhagwan Bharose attitude, that have tried everything and therefore now believe innovation is a good thing. Decide what you want to do in innovation. To think about that is these essentials have hierarchy. Some are more important than the other. It turns out it is a single out that aspire is the single most essential. For instance, take the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan that was boldly, a very bold aspirational declaration made by PM Modi from the Red Fort. He had motivated the entire nation to an unprecedented level of innovations. As far reaching vision can be a compelling catalyst, provided it's realistic enough to stimulate action today. But in corporate setting, as many CEOs have discovered, even the most inspiring words often are insufficient. No matter how many times they are repeated, it is essential to combine high-level aspiration with estimates of the value that innovation should generate to meet financial growth objectives. Qualifying an innovation target for growth and making it an explicit part of future strategic plans helps solidify the importance of and accountability of innovation. Establishing a quantitative innovation aspiration is not enough, however. The target value needs to be apportioned to relevant business owners and cascaded down to their organizations in form of performance targets and timeline. If you are good at aspiration as a company or innovator, you are significantly more likely to be good at other essential except one. One of the does not matter that one is discover, which is about having the insight, because you cannot force ideas to come. Now, I would like to share as to how you can go about measuring the various essentials. In case of Aspire, Do you regard innovation-led growth as a critical, and do you have cascade targets that reflect this? Choose, do you invest in a coherent time and risk balanced portfolio of initiatives with sufficient resources to win? Discover, do you have differentiated business market and technology insights that translate into winning value proposition? Evolution, do you create new business models that provide defensible and scalable profits sources? Accelerate, do you beat the competition by developing and launching innovation quickly and effectively? Scale, do you launch innovation at the right scale in the relevant market and segment? Extended, do you win by creating and capitalizing on external networks? Mobilize, are your people motivated, rewarded, and organized to innovate repeatedly? So friends, today's takeaways these are the three takeaways of my today's talk. Innovation is creativity and delivery. There are three types of innovation. All can be powerful. There are 8 essentials that matter and can be deliberately built. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Rathi Sahib. Thank you. Thank you. And you present excellently the structured innovation, which is very much beneficial. So that's very good. And definitely I'm sure that the audience who are present here must have got good knowledge regarding the structured innovation and how they can proceed. So thank you very much once again for coming and appearing in your webinar for repeated number of time. So definitely on behalf of, you are always a well-wisher of this group and this IEBM, and the IEBM has already recorded your well wishes and contribution in significant manner to the different webinars, seminars and all these things. And we are looking forward for more academic association of yours with Indian Institute of Business Management in the future after once the pandemic is over. Thank you very much once again, my beloved younger brother. And everybody should know actually Rathiji, the person who is helping us like anything. And he is the custodian of our CSI headquarters also. So without him, we could not be able to manage and so many things, so many affairs and so many activities under the banner of Computer Society of India. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, my beloved younger brother, for a gracious presence here and delivering the keynote address. Over to Rohit.
Thank you so much, Pradeep Rathi, sir. It was a really wonderful deliberation by you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. And now we will proceed towards our next round, and that is the invited speaker's address. And our today's invited speaker is none other than Mr. Bhavesh Kothari. But before we proceed with, let me introduce Mr. Bhavesh. Mr. Bhavesh Kothari, armed with more than 2 decades of professional experience, Bhavesh Kothari has been credited to be the pioneer in the startup mentoring domain and has mentored and nurtured more than 5 to 6 dozen startups over the last 9+ years. A chemistry major graduate from Mumbai University with a postgraduate degree in event management, a diploma in international trade with an MBA in international business, a Six Sigma Green Belt certified professional along a certification as an entertainer. He craved for learning all the time. He currently is building dedicated VC fund called Millennium Devas Fund focused on investment in early stage women-led co-founder startups. He is also founding partner at Syndicap Venture Partners, a dedicated platform which is refining and redefining syndicated angel investment in business ecosystem in the country. An avid reader, explorer, and go-getter, he firmly believes in build values and the value will follow. So with all these words, I like to welcome our today's invited speaker, Mr. Bhavesh Kothari sir, for his invited address.
Bhavesh, most welcome to the Indian Institute of Business Management. We are looking forward to your big association with the group. So definitely we'll be in communication in future. For timing, let me welcome Mr. Vijay Rostagi, who is a very senior CSI member from Ghaziabad. Perhaps he is connected here. Vijay, are you hearing me? Vijay? Perhaps now he's not connected, but Vijay,
yeah, I'm listening. I'm listening, sir.
Are most welcome. Most welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Just it has brought to my notice. Now I have got notice, and really the webinar is very proud of being your gracious presence here, being such a senior member and and mentor of the CSI Ghaziabad chapter and a significant contributor for the growth of CSI. We are really grateful for your gracious presence here, Vijay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Please make your camera on so that everybody should acknowledge your presence. Please, for a second. Vijay.
Sure. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, now Bhavesh, most welcome, please.
Dhanyawad, sir.
Thank you.
Respected Professor A.K. Nayak, Professor Sanjeev Sharma ji, my dear friend, elder brother Pradeep Rathi ji, Dr. Malay Nayak ji, Professor Ganesh Pandey ji, Neha ji, thank you so much. I think it is an honor to be associated with institute of your repute, Indian Institute of Business Management, especially, the reason is because I have always been fascinated with Nalanda University, which is in Bihar. And I have had the fortunate to be, at Nalanda University once, way back in 2017, addressing around 250 plus students of one of the universities there. And once again, I think it's a wonderful Sunday morning, or I would say now afternoon, to spend time with you guys. So thank you so much for inviting me. And it's an honor to be associated with a university always and impart my learnings with the students and the society at large. So I firmly believe that, you need to be able to give back to the society, and mentoring is one of the best ways to give back to the society, and especially teachers and mentors are one of the greatest architects of the world, who have selflessly given their knowledge and have, created wonderful leaders in the industry. So, I was actually discussing with Pradeep Bhai what should be the topic that I should be discussing today, because I come from a mentoring background, have spent more than 10 years in the mentoring domain. In fact, I remember way back in 2011 when I started talking about mentoring, there were very few people who used to understand and acknowledge the important role of a mentor, not only in personal life, but also in business. And I think my passion kept growing as I kept learning and understanding why a mentor is important, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend the next 15-20 minutes talking about my experience and my learnings and why it is important for businesses and especially startups in today's world to have a mentor who could guide them in their initial days. वो कहते हैं ना कि हमें एक सारथी की जरूरत होती है हमारे जीवन काल में या हमारे बिजनेस में, एंड हमें वो मोल्ड कर सकता है, हमें वो दिशा दे सकता है. So this is what I am trying to attempt, with your permission, sir, to talk about a very crucial and a very important aspect of one's life and one business, which is called Mentor. So just quickly sharing my screen. I hope I'm audible and visible, correct?
Yes, yes, completely audible and visible.
Yes,
Wonderful, wonderful. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to cover a very, very beautiful aspect. Role of a mentor and how do you select a right mentor. Uh, this is a topic which is very, very close to my heart. I have been very fortunate to have some amazing mentors, because of which I believe whatever I am and wherever I am today, I do due respect and honor and gratitude to my mentors who have actually guided me in my life. And I thought what best could be to give back to the society by doing the same thing what they did to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly dwell on one of the key areas, right, which I love. And this is a very beautiful concept by Mr. Simon Sinek. He speaks about the golden circle, where he talks about the what, the why, and the how. And he says, look, start with why. There has to be a purpose. Whatever you do in life has to have a purpose. If you're starting a business, it has to have a purpose. If your consumers are going to engage with you or your customers are going to engage with you, they will have a purpose. They will see what value are you providing. So it talks about the reason you provide your product or services, why as a business you are doing what you are doing. Then comes the means or the way on how are you going to provide those product or services to your consumers. And then you would obviously talk about what your product and services offer as a value. And this is something very important, because if your consumers don't see value, they will not stick to you or they will not buy your product or services as well, right? So it has to have a certain value and a benefit that will help them and engage with you or your company as well. So I'm going to relate this to something called as mentoring. And before you get into understanding why do you need a mentor, how it's going to benefit, I'm going to talk about this critical aspect in terms of what the mentor will add value to you or your business. Many times today, mentoring has become a buzzword in the industry. There are a lot of great mentors who handhold startup businesses and help them scale up, right? And as your business progresses, you will come across several mentors, and you should have several mentors, at the stages of your business, because it is not a one person fix all kind of a model. For example, if you're facing a challenge in your supply chain, you should actually go and talk to a supply chain expert in the industry who could help you understand and help you solve your problem. It's like if you have a headache, you don't go to a dentist, right? If you have a stomach ache, you don't go to a ENT specialist. So you need to have a very specialist professional who spend some considerable time in the business solving those problems for him or for his organization. So what else will the mentor gain, and how will I and they benefit? So there has to be a give and take. I believe it has to be a two-way communication. It has to be a give and take. It has to be a conversation. It has to be an exchange of energy when you talk about engaging with anyone, especially a mentor. So I'm going to cover all these three aspects in a very quick span of time to give you some insights on why do you really need a mentor in your life or in your business. So take a look at the journey of some of the most successful entrepreneurs in the world. You name it, Steve Jobs, Larry Page, Sri Ratan Tataji, Mr. Richard Branson, and you will obviously find that they have one or more mentors who have played a very crucial role in their entrepreneurship journey. You look up at their biographies or their interviews, you will find a mention of a mentor who have actually helped them, guide them to where they are. And they have acknowledged that mentors have played a very, very crucial role in their journey. Mentors can help you guide through your entrepreneurial journey in critical situations. They can act as a sounding board in your decision-making process. I give a very small example, right? When a child is born, one of the first mentors that they have is their parents, right? This is where they learn to talk, to walk, to understand life. As the child grows up and he or she goes to the school, right? You have the teachers who actually help them and guide them, right? So they are called the second level of mentor. They teach them how to talk, they learn alphabets or learn books, so on and so forth, right? Then as you grow up, you go to higher school, and then that is where you make friends. Okay, you start making good friends, you start talking to them, and that's where you also learn and engage with them. So friends are your third mentors. Then you grow up, okay, you go to college, and then you move out of the college, and then you go into the professional world, right? So your peers, your juniors, your colleagues become your mentors. They help you, they guide you in your work, in your workspaces, right? Your seniors, your boss, your superiors become your mentors, right? And then you get married, right? Then your spouse becomes your mentor because he or she is a part of your journey throughout life, and he or she helps you, guides you, right? Maybe let's say you start your business, and then you start, engaging with your customers, and you're trying to build your business. Then you maybe meet a people, and then you invite them and to be a part of your mentoring journey. So if you look at your growth progression, your personal progression, your business progression, your professional progression, you will find at each and every point of your life, you will have one or some other as a part of your mentoring journey, right? And this is what is very, very important, right? Because I believe learning never stops, right? So this is where you need to have a mentor. And I think it helps you mold, it helps you guide, it helps you become a better person. It helps you become a better leader and a guide to yourself and to people around you as well. So who is a mentor? Right? A mentor is someone who has been there, done that, and has learned from the experience and is willing to share, right? So that's one of the qualities of a mentor. A second quality is a mentor is someone who helps other people to reach their full potential. A mentor will emphasize always on enabling and empowering the mentee to do things for themselves. He or she is the person who will not tell you what to do, who will help you get things done by yourself. A very classic example, right? I'm sure you would have seen a rally race where you have a driver and then you have a navigator, right? So what is the role of a navigator? A navigator role is not just sit there and actually give instructions, but it's also to guide the driver in maneuvering the car and winning the race, right? So he or she is a person who tells the driver when to, accelerate, when to decelerate, when there is a sharp curve to be careful, and when you need to go faster to ensure that you win the race. So that's what a role of a mentor is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover different types of mentors. Right? For example, a mentor is a wise leader. Okay, looks like I have some technical challenges, which is okay. So a mentor is a wise leader who actually guides businesses and startups or professionals in their career. He's the person who actually has been a guiding force in advising and guiding individuals or businesses to solve their critical challenges and problems which they face. So if you look at larger corporates, right? So pick up any larger corporate, if you see, you will find there is a board of advisor. Now, the board of advisors' role is to actually guide the managing committee in solving critical problems and steering the business in the right direction. So that's what the role of the advisory board is. Now, obviously, when you are a small startup or a small business, it is very difficult to have a large board. And hence, it is said that it is good to have a mentor along with you who could be able to help you and guide you in certain key strategic decisions for your business. And that is where a mentor can play a very crucial role. Okay, let me start my screen share again. My apologies. Great, so here we are. Technology can be sometimes a challenging space. So I was talking about the vice leader who's an executive class. He's a more formal person. You will find him in boardrooms, in corporate spaces. Then you have a life coach, right? He's more of a professional person who's guiding you as an individual. Okay. In maybe a coach can be in terms of your personality development, in terms of your etiquettes, in terms of your personal growth as well, right? Teacher, as I had mentioned, right? Either past or current. Peers and colleagues, this is more of an informal environment which you learn from. Someone who's a confidante, a sounding board for strategic advice, where you go and look up to as well. One of your closest friends or one of your closest industry friend who you go and talk to about your maybe personal problems or maybe your business problems. Then comes, there are amazing self-help books, manuals, audio and visual video, which you find, which you learn from. Your own self, I think you can be one of your best mentors, because ultimately it's your experience that is going to guide you and help you learn, right? You need to be one of the best critics of your own self. So your inner mentor is one of the most powerful persons that you could ever find. I'm going to quickly discuss about some of the qualities of a mentor. Okay, a mentor should be a great listener, because I think if he is going to be able to give you solutions, I think he should be able to be a great listener. And this is one of the best qualities of a mentor. He listens unbiased. He listens without opinions, without being judgmental. He should be genuinely interested. I think if he's not genuinely interested, then he'll not be able to give you a very sound and a rational advice. He should be very reliable. Someone who could rely on, someone who could bank on, that, okay, whatever I'm going to gain insights is going to be a life changer, or it's going to be really helpful for me. He has to be a very responsible person. I always believe mentoring is a very responsible role. The reason is because it actually is going to make or break a lot of things. In my professional career for the past 10 years, I have always been very cautious to make sure that I don't misguide entrepreneurs and startups who come to me, because I believe it's a very huge responsibility. Imagine if you give an advice which can backfire, and it can actually be devastating for the business. At times it can shut down the business. It can create huge losses, right? It can be a loss of revenue. It can be a loss of life as well, right? So it is a huge responsibility. There's a wonderful line, right, in Spider-Man: with power comes responsibility. I think that's what a mentor is. He should be a trusted friend. You could trust, on him and her, right? A philosopher and a guide, which can make sure that he is or she is able to guide you in the right direction. He should be a subject matter expert. It's very important to be a subject matter expert, because he or she is going to guide you in the challenges which you are facing. Value creator. I always believe he should be able to create a lot of value with his or her advice and help you solve problems, because I think that's what you want, right? You want solutions to your challenges and problems. So he should be a great value creator. This is one of the classic examples that I always firmly believe, right? Look at Lord Krishna. In the middle of the war, right? Arjuna was actually not able to make the right decision. And this is where, Lord Krishna actually guided him to the righteousness path. So one of the classic examples of a great mentor you could ever find out. I'm going to talk about some of the responsibilities and roles of both the parties, right? A mentor and the mentee, right? So a mentor advises, he should not dictate. A mentee at the same time should be actively listening and contributing to the conversation. It's a two-way communication for them. Mentor's responsibility is to advise on what you know, admit what you don't know, right? And refer people who knows what you don't know, right? A mentor's responsibility at the same time is to understand that your mentor won't have all the answers, right? He is not a magician with a magic wand and say, okay, boom, here is your solution, right? He should be willing to look up to them as well as a mentee. A mentor's responsibility is to provide relevant examples and resources. Mentee's responsibility is to access those resources and also do the work or homework thoroughly so that there is a valued engagement that happens. Mentor's responsibility to recognize weaknesses and build on the strengths and weaknesses as well. A mentor's responsibility is to acknowledge those weaknesses, build on those strengths as well, right? It's better to know where you lack and at the same time, what are your strengths and build on those strengths. Mentor's responsibility is to be a great critic, give constructive criticism, whereas the mentee needs to take those criticism, accept it, reflect on it as a constructive criticism and work towards it. As a mentor, he or she has to be able to evaluate the progress and reassess the relationship, right? It's not just about the progress that is happening between the relationship, but also reassess it, whether it is going in the right direction, whether it is working or not. Same way, a mentor's responsibility is to periodically evaluate the progress, reassess the relationship as well, and nurture it forward. Celebrate success and provide value are the another traits of a mentor that you look at. And a mentor's responsibility is also to look at celebrating success together and add value back to the mentor, right? हम पुराने ज़माने में वो गुरु दक्षिणा की एक प्रथा होती थी, आज भी है कहीं जगह पे, right? So this is how it has to be. It is not just about taking, it is also about giving back, contributing back to the effort that a mentor gives, right? Unfortunately, in the startup ecosystem, there's a lot of, misunderstanding that mentoring is free. There's nothing free in this world, right? We have to pay a price for everything. Even the air that we breathe, the oxygen that we take, there's a price that we pay, by planting trees, by making sure that we don't pollute the environment, right? So mentoring is never free, okay? It doesn't mean that you need to keep a price tag, but if you are able to give back something, that's great, because it's an exchange of energy, it's an exchange of ideas, it's an exchange of time, money, and resources that a mentor also brings in, right? And especially if you are doing a business, if you're a startup, and if you're inviting a mentor, the role of a mentor is to actually help you solve problems for your business so that your business makes money, right? If you're making money, you better make sure that you are also contributing back to the mentor's effort as well. One of the classic second examples that I love is he's known as the kingmaker. So that's another example of how a mentor is and what a mentor can bring to your life personally as well. So some of the quick pointers that I thought let me add when you're selecting a right mentor, right? So you need to be able to make sure that you know what do you want. Set expectations very clearly that, look, this is what I want from you as a mentor. This is what I expect from you. This is where I would want you to be a part of my journey as well. So set those expectations very clearly. Put down on a piece of paper if you are able to. Define a roadmap. Set goals at each point, right? When you're defining those roadmaps, you should be able to set those goals and milestones at each point of your time. What will you do and what will you give in return? Also is very important, as I mentioned to you, right? But at the same time, you need to also know where are you going to get it from. So you need to be very clear as well on these two key points. acknowledge and extend gratitude at all times, right? If he or she's been able to guide you and nurture you, make sure that you acknowledge that and extend your gratitude that you've been a great part of my journey, right? So this is something that I firmly believe when you're looking for a right mentor, when you're looking for a mentor, you need to keep this in mind in terms of what his or her role is going to be. What is it that you expect? How are you going to, collaborate and work together? Till what duration? And what is it that you look for from a mentor? Some of the key areas, also from a professional perspective, right? Experience. A very, very key asset that a mentor brings on board is the experience and the domain knowledge he or she has, right? And it can make a lot of difference. A rational approach, a very neutral perspective. A mentor can help you take rational decisions in your businesses, thus help you look at the problems from a different perspective. See, many times what happens is, we as business owners, we have a very myopic view about our business. We think that, we are going good. Another example which I always cite is, you as parents, right? When you have your kids, you always tend to ignore certain things about your kids, right? Saying that, look, it's okay, I don't mind. And that is where you have teachers and professors who give you insights which you don't see or which you would tend to ignore because of your love for your kids, because of your love for your children, right? And that is where when you start talking to your teachers during the PTA, right? That is where they give you critical insights that, look, your kid or your child is actually, strong in this and he or she is weak in this. Because a teacher looks at all children in a very neutral way. They don't have biases most of the time or many times, right? So for them, every child is equal. Whereas for us, as parents, our children are special to us. So it is very human nature to ignore certain things, right? And this is where a mentor brings in the rational approach and a neutral perspective, which can help you in that. It helps you access to opportunities. Okay, it can help you gain insights where you are not able to reach. So many times when I mentor my startups, or when I still mentor my startups, right, I help them in opening a lot of doors, which in either case they would not be able to engage. Imagine, as a startup founder, 25, 20, 26 years of age, if you're able to, engage with a CEO or a CXO of a multinational company, which otherwise might not be possible. I'm saying that it is impossible. It might not be possible. But that CXO is a great friend to me. And I can just pick up a call and say, hey, look, I have this wonderful young dynamic startup founder who's looking at some answers. And if you could be able to guide him or her, that would be a great support, right? So this is what one of the areas that a mentor can bring in on board. They can help you connect with the industry professionals. They can help you connect with customers, investors, mentors, and experts as well, right? So that is another value benefit a mentor can bring on board. Steering the business in the right direction is another value benefit that they can help. Facilitate stronger emotional intelligence and emotional quotient. I think this is one of the most important aspect for a mentor to bring in, because entrepreneurship is a very, very lonely journey. Okay, it is said that everyone leaves you if you fail, right? And success is relative. The more the success, the more the relatives, as I say, right? So it is very important, right? You need to have a very strong person whom you could go and talk to. At a lot of times, it's not just about business, right? It's also about how can you emotionally balance a lot of challenges that you're facing, especially in this COVID times, right? There's been a lot of turbulence in businesses, right? And if you have someone who could be a great listener just to understand, what you're going through in your day-to-day life, right? So this is what is more important, and this is what a mentor can bring, as a crucial person in your life. Quickly, some of the 10 qualities, let me reiterate. A great mentor challenges you. His experience is where you want to be. He or she helps you. He or she supports you. He's a great listener. He is invested in your success. He is happy if you succeed, and becomes a part of your success story as well. Guides you towards the answers, and does not dictate terms that you need to. Provides constructive feedback and respects you for what you are, and is available for you. So these are some of the top 10 qualities I think a mentor should have, or you should look at when you're looking for a mentor. With that, I am going to close my session. But before I do that, just a quick rundown of what we do. So I run a platform called Millennium Divas, which is to support and nurture women in entrepreneurship. And this was actually founded way back in 2017 via the Road to Global Economic Summit. And the objective was to actually provide a platform to encourage and nurture more women in entrepreneurship. And this came from the experience that I had during my mentoring career, where I saw a lot of rise in women in entrepreneurship coming in, and they were looking for answers. And that is where the seeds of Millennium Divas was sown. We do a lot of initiative. One of them is we are publishing a book on 25 inspiring women entrepreneurs on the 5th of August during a conference that we are doing called Women Power Summit and Awards, which actually is going to facilitate 40 award categories in the startup ecosystem, out of which 30 categories are for women entrepreneurs and 10 categories are for the ecosystem players. So deadline has been extended. Instead of May, it is now become 30th of June. So we have 30 categories for women entrepreneurs and 10 categories for ecosystem players. So ecosystem players such as incubators, accelerators, co-working spaces, government agencies, e-cells is what we do. Some of the past initiatives that we have done is Women Power. We did one of the largest virtual summits in the lockdown called Women Millionaire Summit with 600 participants from 13 different countries. Speakers. In fact, Women Power 2019 was duly supported by the government of Gujarat. We are now proud that in the span of just 3 years, we are partnered with a lot of government institutions and ecosystem enablers. We are a platform where we are looking at investing in early stage startups who are founded or co-founded by women entrepreneurs. And this is some of the key areas that we focus on. Blockchain, edutech, emerging tech, health tech, infra tech, fintech, impact enterprises are some of the areas that we would want to invest in as well. This is what I firmly believe. Focus on the value, and the valuation will follow. With that, thank you so much. This is my coordinates. Do reach out to me on either my mobile. I'm very, very active on digital spaces. So if you search Bhavesh Motihari on Google, you will definitely find me. Happy to support startups and also guide them. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you very much for patiently listening to me.
Thank you very much, Bhaveshji, for your excellent and wonderful deliberations. Definitely, the young participants could have been motivated a lot, and definitely they will be having the creation of interest towards entrepreneurship, and they have got the ample knowledge how can they able to select and identify a mentor and who will be really valuable for them. And a wonderful lecture you have delivered. Thank you very much on behalf of my institute and all the faculty members and students. Thank you once again. And in future, we'll be looking forward to be connected with you in many manners so far as our institutional development is concerned. Thank you very much, Bhaveshji.
Thank you so much, Bhavesh Kothari, sir. It was a really wonderful deliberation by you, sir. Thank you, sir. And now we will proceed towards our next session, and it's a session for the address by the foreign speaker. And our today's speaker from the foreign, that is from UK, is none other than Mr. Dr. Malay Nayak, sir. But before we proceed, let me introduce Dr. Nayak. Dr. Malay Nayak is an entrepreneur and research with over 24 years of experience in designing, developing, and implementing high-performance hospitality and technology solutions. He is currently working as Executive Director with IT Buzz Limited, London. He is an exceptional blend of expertise in planning, design, operation, and management to ensure that the delivered infrastructure and solutions offer the desired end to the end result and business result also. He also owns several small to medium enterprises, organizations, including hospitality, IT, and real estate industries. Malaya Nayak sir had received his BSc Honours in Computer and IT from University of Durban, UK, MS in ICT from Assumption University, Thailand, MBA from University of Chikartar, UK, and PhD in Computer Sciences from Utkal University, India. He has studied project management from SAID Business School, University of Oxford, UK. He also received the Chartered Engineering from Engineering Council UK and Institution of Engineers India, European Engineers from FEANI, and Certified IT Project Manager CITPM from IDA and Singapore Computer Society. So with all these words, I like to welcome Dr. Malay Nayak sir for his deliberation.
Hello.
Yes,
Hello.
sir, your voice is coming, sir.
Okay, 1 second. Right. Can you hear me now? Thank you, Rohit, and thank you, Professor Eknaik, and really appreciate you have given me many times. You have invited me to and as part of your seminar. Also, I meet my colleague, Professor um, Rathi and Professor Sanjay Sharma and Mr. Bhavesh Kothari. Sorry if I pronounced something. Please forgiveness. And Swata and Professor Ganesh Pandey and Board of Directors of IIBM and Students Administration Management. So I think I love speaking regarding entrepreneur and innovation. As I'm myself as a researcher, so I have been a researcher quite a long time now. I have done uh, got patents and some of specialize in some papers I published in journal IT Risk Management with project management, also some of technical papers. So I'm origin from India. Um, so I left about 20 years, more than 20 years. But I was I have education, engineering education background in India. Also, I studied in UK. But today I want to release, I think, Rathi, Mr. Rathi and Mr. Bhavesh Kothari, they explain about innovation and mentor. That is, of course, it is a very part of the your career or your goals. Every time we always question, how do I run my business? How do I to start up the business? If you really want to be entrepreneur, anybody can be entrepreneur. But thing is, I always say there's a couple of things. You need to have your mindset and what exactly you want to achieve. So, for example, I was sleeping last night about 2 o'clock. Then I have to wake up about 6:30. Professor Naik called me. That means I'm very tired, but I love to share my knowledge and experience what I have been working in India, other countries, all Asia Pacific and UK. So when I was in India, I originated from Odisha, a little village. I started my career. Then I've been to Delhi, other states I worked, and I have educated there too. And but for me, as a when I start off my career in technology, in computer science, but I always look forward to further, always learn from choose a right mentor. That's what um, Kothari said, Mr. Kothari said. That's very important. Also, you have to choose right technology or right skill. That important for your entrepreneurship. And in terms of we talk about entrepreneurship and why we call entrepreneur or entrepreneurship. So something you need that you are independent, not work with and not reliable and your own dream, own king of your um, skill and your passion. So I'll be sharing few things. When we start business, what you going to have? Actually, one thing is you need to have good strategy. You need to have a good business plan, good idea, good skill. How do you get that? So I'll share a couple of things. I think I have shared before. So now we are in COVID situation, COVID 2019 situation. Every business suffer, including hospitality, every matter. But but in India was second wave, I believe. That is damaged the load business. In the UK, we are in third wave. Indian variant is impacting. Even we open the hospital business now, the business slowing down again. But as a businessman, I don't lose my faith. I don't lose my scare. I'm not fear about. So, but still we are fighting, and I'll keep fighting the life. But I have to keep in mind to be innovative that I have to find new skill that can adopt for you, bring your business forward. If you are using same technology, if you go to 19th century, you bring the same technology, you can't. You have to go for new century. So how do you explain? For example, now we are in Mars. We are innovating, we are space is now USA and China, they are in Mars. And then next time they talk Venus, many planets they are going to do planets. Same way, you do your business, think about what you want to bring, not only one, what you like to do. I always tell to my every students, only think about kings of my goal, boss of my dreams. What does that mean? My goals to achieve, I have to work hard to follow the your path, make sure that we continue to bring to such a fantastic thing, fantastic result. So also in the same time, you need to have your life balance. It's not about you do only job, and but also you have to look after your family uh, if you are not single. Even you're single, you still have to balance your life. The management. So when we talk the management, so management the pillar of your business success. If you are a good manager or good leader, you do a best business. So what exactly you make you best businessman or entrepreneur? That is always I said you have to clear mind, clear balance, everything. So okay, I'm going to share my slide now. I just explain how you do. So just one second, I'm sharing my screen. So hope Rohit, can you see my slide, please?
Yes, sir. We can see your slide, sir.
Right. So if you see, I took the pictures from the internet, by the way. It's not my picture, but I can't copy someone, so I have to source from somewhere. So, right. So you can see strategy, idea, team, performance, competence, business, all plan that you need to have when it is run. If you don't have that idea, that you need to choose your right mentor, and the right mentor or right teacher, whatever we call. In there, the plan is very important things, and with the executive marketing strategy. Another part, you have to have good leadership to bring your business forward. For example, I'm not saying myself every time. So I'm running. I run few businesses. One is hospitality, real estate, and I invest millions pound. Then also I got a small IT company that run because and is innovation. I do develop a lot of technology. But how I do these things, I have to balance my life, work life, family life. That make competent to do. So I encourage the student to be to become an entrepreneur. To need so what I always said, watch, learn, apply. The three things you must have in your mind that keep your mind set. If you don't know something, you always ask. The question is very important. You always ask question, and the question will give you the answer. If you don't ask, you don't get. Like you don't um, ask, you don't get. That's why in England, the always we said in English, don't ask, don't get. Even I'm in my release will be released very shortly. I'm in Channel 4 in UK about business strategy. I'm in Channel 4. I think the release will be, I think, November by March. I was talking about business, my business, and it was 5 episode. So even I come from the background, but I have very good passionate about my intelligence career. But I learn, I listen. My previous college was talking about the mentor to be listen, to be reliable. That's everything's right. You need to listen. You need to choose right things. But how do you going to do those things? Right. So I'll give you a little bit of info. So at the moment, impact to global business. I'm not going to discuss more. I have discussed many times. Entrepreneurship, entrepreneur innovation, a real story including from village to international, mindset, ambition, struggle, risk, new ideas, takeover and taker and giver, growth, roles, function, key and challenges, what makes successful COVID and future work trends of COVID and inclusion. So I already explained before, I believe this is we impact now on employment, import, export, tourism, aviation, all sector is impacted due to COVID. Whatever the sources come from China or anywhere, India or anywhere, at the moment we are really start tragedy for business, global business impact. But how we mitigate, but we don't know how long will continue. Third wave, fifth wave, sixth wave, we don't know. The virus can mutation and change genetic, and everybody know that. But we have to survive. In that means we have to work the way technology work, like you working from home. We're using Zoom. Now I'm in England. We are guys in India. We like sitting in here. We listen to everything what we do, and every technology we can work from USA, from US to India, everywhere. So all technology we use in digital platform. I'm not sitting in the office anymore. I'm working from home. Sometime in my other business, sit there. So that thing we have to mitigate. So how we get? So let's talk about what entrepreneurship. What earlier I said, something you want to create a self-employment, promotion, innovation, and build communities. Bring the people, young people, or some people needed the jobs. You need to help that, and that person is that person who do that we call entrepreneurship. What is innovation? Entrepreneur, the person who work really hard and never lose faith and multi-dimensional. That's about. And innovation, I'm just talking to both sides. So if you have innovative minded, how come from become entrepreneurs? So innovation, I always say, multiply by entrepreneurship, we call innovation. That you think your mind. For example, I write I go to my patents. think about how you controlling risk in your projects. So I think about I creating a tools that that's my innovative, and I got patent. So you have to think some idea bring you, not only think, okay, today I can borrow money, I can be a businessman. No, you have to think. I always tell people, without putting money, become an entrepreneur. Because when I start my career, I'm just giving example. I'm not very rich, but I'm just giving example. All students and academician, you need to think, not getting funding. If you keep taking funding like a venture capital or seeds or bank, I think that is the secondary thing. First thing, what skill you have, what money you have, what you can do. In that case, your innovative idea, without inventing, you can get a starting point. Of course, if you really has a good business proposal, you need to bring your investor. Those can invest on your project or borrow money from bank so that they can trust you next 3 to 5 years. For me, if you are really starting, the first thing you think and you start from without impacting yourself, start self-employment. See what you can do. Start from young, then after 5, 10 years, or 2 years, you think, oh, my business, or 1 year, my brilliant. Then you borrow money, you can show the business is going on. But this is, don't take high risk. Always take a medium risk or low risk. That you will be successful businessman and using your innovative knowledge to for it. For example, we talk about the Google, Amazon, everybody know how to change the life. That's everybody know that. You can be one time a Google like technology company or Amazon like retail company one day. Think like big, you become a big. If you think like, oh, I'm sorry, don't be fear, don't lose your faith. That is very important to factor. So if you want to go for a fundamental framework, that was earlier I was discussing, telling you, innovation and entrepreneurship, that ideas make you a really innovation. That so how it entrepreneurship by opportunity to evaluation, your personal commitment, and manage implementation. And another factor, if it's a two-factor under opportunity evaluation, general issue and consensual influence. This is very important factor when you are innovation idea, because you have to bring many issues, normal issue you have to handle, also influencing of consensual. So there's for me, I just put 4 types of entrepreneurs. We can be many types, can choose, but you can do any special, like him, builders, building, like you building anything, that can be no entrepreneur, because self-employed, creating own job, employing other people, creating new building with the architect. Opportunist, someone look really nice research, one look something to further. Specialist, someone has good skill in IT or medical science or anything. Innovator, those are research under now we are pandemic. You want to do something that you find bring the new technology or new medical science to prevent this not happen in future. So these things you have to think about the types. Then we going back to I was recently reading about next 10 top skill in for 2025. In at the moment, you have to think analytical thinking and innovative, because if you don't think this skill is very, very important, that help you, your business or your idea that convert into your good skill, that very, very important. So then active learning, always I said, I'm still learning, I'm still researching. Like Professor Eknaik still is doing that, still after retired, he's still doing that continue. I'm very respectful. I'm really good. I have good respect for him. A very, very energetic man, and I love him. So same way, you have to keep learning and learn strategic. Strategy is very important for business. And third one, complex problem solving. This is the third is very important. Sometimes the problem always happen, and the problem how you face, how you tackle that, you need to have register those things. Any problem you giving found, and that need to proper manner resolve it, and that is very important. Then you go for critical thinking, and you do, that is another part of your logical and critical. That's very, very important thing, critical thinking, and analyze what exactly happening. So these things are, you talk about creativity, leadership, technology. This is very important for, you have to go 2025 running next 4 years. So what we do, role for entrepreneurship: increasing productivity, create new technology, product and services, improve living standard, decrease unemployment, reduce company capital, economic and independence, create new business. So in India, so many companies, they are doing very well. You can see Tata, big company, Tata, then Infosys. How they are? They are really pillar of our in organization in India. Very, very important things. And these roles, in the entrepreneur's role, you increase your company productivity and you decrease unemployment, bring a lot of people to employment, an idea, new technology, new, and also helping the society. That's very important for entrepreneurship. I'm going to back to the functions. As I was telling you, in one of the function here is a leadership and motivation. The motivation is the emotionally, because of COVID, we need emotionally each other to help each other. Now, even we got here, even my business, with the staff there, or my supplier, or the business partner, we are very emotionally, because we know business go down, but we're not losing our faith. We want to do something. We definitely, once the COVID is done. But in motivation to your staff, motivation to your supplier or stakeholder, that very important factor because this pandemic. And leadership is strong of in this function, entrepreneurship. If you are not a good leader, I don't think so you can run the business, because your leader, that people learn from you and strategy go. If you have something, I prefer you need to learn maybe management school like a IIBM. They are also giving training management, or you can do another MBA or whatever you want to do in management course. I want to properly learn about management to managing and your good leadership that help you on to that very important. I'm a techie guy, but I'm a good leader. I can say I'm proud of my what I run in business, and I'm stopping myself. I'm proud myself, but I was learning like you. I was learning and making me experience. And I'm not only work. I work all over the world. People around my friends and family, I work with them. But I love to even I work with politicians, and I meet very good leaders are. Also, I work with some charity as a senior trustees, because this make you more thing, meet new people, learn from them. That is your motive. That is your leadership quality. Learn from something, learn from someone. That's important. So if you go back to entrepreneurship and innovation, the fundamental, you can see entrepreneurs say business essential required venture engineering, knowledge of firm decisions, skill to start, skill to grow. But innovation saying technology essential, knowledge of science and engineering, skill to develop, skill to build. Without innovation, without your ideas, new ideas or business ideas, you cannot call entrepreneur, because you cannot go further business. That very, very important if you can see between both factors. And I'm going back to key elements of entrepreneur. I think I will talk about innovation and vision and goals. Another second factor is vision and goal. You do your startup company or your business, your self-employment, whatever you want to do, you must have vision. You want to do next 5 years, what do you want to be achieved? What are you going to do? Whether you want to multi-millionaire or you want to do something, but that is your vision. You mindset. They're very, very important that. And ethics and value. You have to follow ethics. Also, if you are if you are an engineer, IT engineer, you need to follow your ethics. Make sure you follow your values, everything. That's because you're practicing. You have to follow ethics, and also good organizing skill. Like you have to proper organize. That is important for that in your business. If you're hiring manager, if he or she doesn't have good organized skill, I don't think that person can manage properly the team, because that's very, very important when you do organizing. Organize the not only staff or project, everything. That's important skill. And the risk taking. You must a fighter to take risk. You are kind of like you are in bullet. For example, you are like army guy. You need to have your like army. I want to take a risk. I want to fight like borderline. So that risk taking, you think what type of risk you take. If you want to explain, I'm very good at risk management. I've got very good knowledge. I have written many journals, also chapters. If you want to be a risk guy, and you need to categorize low, medium, high. But if you're a business person, you make sure that you take medium, low, and medium. Never take high. That will risk your asset or risk your investment. In that case, risk you need to clarify it, understanding what will going to happen. Need for achievement. You need to look yourself. I want to be something that next 5 years. That you need to set goal set. That you are important that. I was always example, Jack Ma, Alibaba, they always say you work the age wise, like you will be like young age, you learn something when 30 to 40, you try yourself after 40, then you work yourself, and 50 to 60, you do apply for young people to work for you. And when 60, 70, you retire and just to grandchild, just spend time there. That is always I follow Jack Ma. I feel like my mentor. So because the way he come from the village to start that, and it was inspired when I was from in India. So this thing, I can't be like billionaire, but I hope, because I have faith, I can't be like, but always follow someone path. If you are for example, if your mentor saying 10 things, maybe choose one that help you go further down. So you need to focus on that to be a good mentor. Choose a good mentor, and that you can go further down. Right. So see what I was saying. You want to be a successful entrepreneur, determined to succeed, ready to take a reasonable risk, ability to identify and explore opportunity, analytical ability to take strategic decision, the desire for achievement, win-win attitude. This win-win attitude, you always have in your mind. Yes, I'll get it. It'll get done by me. That is your mind. You have to think. If you compare, if you, for example, any company, those are a really good turnover and good successful. They have really the MD or founder or chairman. They always have winning attitude. They work really hard. They want to win attitude. That attitude is very important. Don't lose. No. When you when you walk the path, always there is obstacle. Always you get someone criticize. Don't just ignore that, but make you strong. Accept the negative feedback. Constructive criticism, very, very important. If you don't have constructive criticism, like for example, if someone saying, "Oh, it's an Indian accent. He's speaking this, that, this," I don't care. I care about what I can do, what I do. I love my work, love my skill. So that thing you always don't listen. You just focus on you want to achieve your goal. So I was checking for the GDI. That is now the 2019. India is go back down now, because I believe so. If you can see, these countries are entrepreneurship ranking now, but India is go back 78 number now. It was before 2018, it was about 7, 8, but now it's gone down now. I think India has gone down now. India is going to more because our GDPR is going down due to COVID. But I know Indians are such a brilliant knowledge, and we go back to square one. We going back to the way we are, and we are GDP will go more. So this is things I was just I just picked up from the JDI. And if you saw 29 about to start a business, you can see women interested and men. So women was more interested in men, and if you take money, men take more money because we always men is taking more granted for the loans. Thus, this is our motivation to set up a business for startups. That was India is here. You can see about 7 number here, and also you can India 3rd number. That is more. But I think India will be more because we are developing many things to do. I think the government is look more for strategy, bring more entrepreneurship, creating more things. Like I think I believe everybody know if you start a business, they give you many things from Indian government nowadays is helping out now. Then if you go back to who use your bank loans, they take the men take more, and if you go back to India is further down. That is ownership, and that data is 2018 data from OECD. That's I was just taking the data from there. And also you guys need to know the entrepreneur skill. Bill Gates, Larry Page, everyone know. I don't going to explain that. And I'm going to another one is to future work trend. This one we are working at the moment now. So you can see right pictures how pandemic people working. We got all screen in the hotels. We do all screen the people in bar area or in reception. We got all screen the people work because we don't want to virus to pass. And you'll work from remote. You can work from home. I do work from home to using my. We are using Microsoft technology. Sometimes you can VPN or you can Azure with the autopilot and iTunes, so that you can use that technology that you don't need to be in physical server, all cloud. So this is you need your strategic brand, increase and remote working, operation and supply chains, expand data collection, expanded data collection, crisis management response, financial liquidity, trade, regulatory and trade. So this is thing which is happening. All we are post COVID-19. We are doing that. It's happened. Your data collection is more. More data center required. More job in IT. That is happening at the moment. So conclusion. Entrepreneurs are constantly looking for new ways to resolve the old problem, no matter how long it takes. They take responsibility for their decision and action. They will work until job completed. So basically, if you see yourself to next 5 years, you want to do what you want to make it easier. So always looking for something new. Whatever takes time, and this route, the entrepreneurship route, is really hard, but end of day, you got its beauty, and you got achieved. And hope you take your skill, take your knowledge to forward and achieve your goals. Thank you very much. If any question, I'm happy to answer.
Thank you very much, Malay. Thank you very much for your excellent presentation. And almost all you have covered all components and essence of the entrepreneurship, which will be very helpful for the young professionals joined with us. Thank you very much once again on behalf of the institution and on behalf of the students and teacher community.
Thank you.
Rohit?
Yes,
So
sir.
I think Mr. Vijay, you are present till now. Mr. Vijay?
Just 1 second, sir. Let me check.
Vijay?
Yes, sir. Vijay sir is joined.
Vijay is there?
Yeah, I'm there, sir. I like the speech by
Can
Dr.
I
Malay.
invite you? Can I invite you for your observation, please?
Yeah, I really like all the comments by the Dr. Malay, and I was able to relate it with a lot of my experiences, and really very insightful. I got a lot of insightful details from him.
Thank you very much, Vijay. Vijay ji, they are one of the most senior veteran in the Computer Society of India and the mentor of the CSI Ghaziabad chapter, and also significantly contributed for the growth of the Computer Society of India at national and international level. And we are very much happy to see him on this platform. May I now request Neha, our old alumni is here. May I request you, Neha, for your observation and comment? If you are connected, Neha.
Just 1 second, sir.
Because you are also a very successful entrepreneur and working very senior position. Neha is connected?
Yes, I'm there. I'm deeply honored to be part of such a beautiful platform. I heard all the speakers. I'm very happy and looking for a long-term association.
And a long-term association, you are always, you are the alumni of the same institute, you are having the permanent association. Huh? You are having the permanent association throughout your career and life.
Yes.
What is the long-term association?
With all the other students, other dignitaries who are present today, so that we keep on meeting and we keep on motivating other students to be more entrepreneurs in the market.
Thank you very much. We teachers are proud for the alumni like you and all the students, and I must have to convey to this audience that one of our students alumni has retired as the chairman cum managing director from Gas Authority of India Limited, that is UD Chobe, and we had been very much proud when we see our alumni have been elevated to such big positions and big posts. That is why it has been truly said, a teacher feels happy when he sees his student and are greater and better than him, and having a better name and fame in the society compared to his stature. That is the real teachership, and that is the real शिक्षकता. And a guru, a शिक्षक तब खुश होता है जब वो उनका छात्र से पराजित हो जाता है. Thank you very much, everybody. Rohit, you can ask 1-2 questions from the house, because all of our experts are here.
Sir,
Yes,
I want to say
please.
something.
Malay.
Teacher is always higher than whatever. But
yes,
teacher is always. Nobody
agree
can
with
defeat teacher.
Nee. And Malay, I differ here, because Dronacharya could not be so famous if Arjun is not there.
No.
You see, and nobody could know Ramakrishna Paramahans if Vivekananda was not there.
No, it's one of the, there is many factors. Only
the teacher is the above, but it is the inner happiness of the teacher when he see he and her students are better and greater than him.
Yes, they will a different way, but there's nobody can
that
get
is the real,
all
that वही शिक्षक का सही परिभाषा होता है. Okay, thank you very much all the experts and all the speakers. Now Rohit, you can ask 1-2 questions from the audience, since all honorable speakers are still present, and we are very much grateful for their gracious presence and patience. 1-2 questions from the audience, if anybody asks.
I request to the respected audience, if you have any query or questions, you can just type it in the chat box, either in Zoom or simultaneously on YouTube.
Thank you, Monica. You are very much appreciating to this webinar. Thanks very much. Thank you very much. If you people have some question, you can ask. Thank you, Pooja.
Okay, as I think, sir, there is no any questions from the audience side. So we will move towards our next session and the last session of this webinar. It's a vote of thanks session, and for that, I'd like to welcome Professor Ganesh Pandey, sir, who is the Deputy Director of Indian Institute of Business Management, Patna, for vote of thanks.
Whether Senthil Kumar is present till now or he has not been present?
Just let me check, sir. No, sir, he is not present now.
Okay, proceed.
Thank you, Rohit.
Thank you, sir.
Honorable President of the International Webinar, my guru, my mentor, Professor A.K. Nayak, advisor IIBM Group, former President and fellow CSI and member Data Management Committee ISO. Honorable Chief Guest, Professor Sanjay Kr, Sharma, Vice Chancellor, Mahatma Gandhi Central University, Motihari. Honorable Keynote Speaker, Mr. Pradeep Rathi, Founder and Mentor-in-Chief, 3I Zone, Mumbai, Maharashtra. Respected invited Speaker, Mr. Bhavesh Kothari, Co-Founder and Director, Millennium Divas Private Limited. Respected invited speaker, Dr. Malay Nayak, Executive Director, IT Buzz Company, London. That's my student Neha Bandopadhyay, the staff and faculty member of IIBM, and dear participant of one-day national webinar. It is my privilege to express my sincere gratitude and present my vote of thanks for the Honorable President of the function, Professor A.K. Nayak, who has been instrumental for conducting near about 600 number of webinars under the banner of CSI and IIBM at different locations of the country. नायक सर के बारे में क्या कहना है? पूरा इंडिया बंद था, पूरा विश्व कोरोना से लड़ रहा था, तब भी इनकी गाड़ी रुकी नहीं। पिछला कोरोना से लेके अभी तक इनका गाड़ी जो है चलते रहा, कभी पटरी पर किसी स्टेशन पर रुकने का नाम नहीं लिया।
अरे बीच में ब्रेक हो गया, मुझे कोरोना हो गया था।
खासकर इनको कोरोना भी हुआ, उस संकट में भी इनकी गाड़ी नहीं रुकी, इनका गाड़ी चलते रहा। अब इनका एग्जाम्पल हम क्या बोले, रामायण की एक पंक्ति याद आती है, पवन तनय बल पवन समाना, बुध विवेक विज्ञान निधाना, कवन सुकाज कठिन जग माही, जो नहीं होई तात तुम पाई। Sir, on behalf of the IIBM Management Committee and a student community, we express our sincere thanks for delivering the presidential address on this occasion. I am equally thankful to Chief Guest, Professor Sanjay Kr Sharma, Vice Chancellor, Mahatma Gandhi Central University, Motihari, for their gracious presence and addressing with their valuable words in this webinar. Thank you very much, sir. My expression of vote of thanks from the core of my heart to the keynote speaker, Mr. Pradeep Rathi, founder and mentor-in-chief, 3I Zone, Mumbai. Thank you very much, sir, for joining the event and addressing with their valuable words and closely association with Nayak sir in conducting so many webinars. I will fail in my duty if I do not express my sincere gratitude to an invited speaker, Mr. Bhavesh Kothari, co-founder and director, Millennium Divas Private Limited, Dr. Malay Nayak, executive director, IT Buzz Company, London. Thanks to all of them for their active contribution. I also express my sincere thanks to Professor Rohit Kumar for hosting the event. Last but not least, my sincere thanks goes to all participants of the webinar who made the event successful. Thank you to all.
Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. So that's the end of our today's webinar, and I pray God for a huge success of this in one-day international webinar. And now, with all your respected dignitaries' permission, I like to sign off today's meeting. Thank you so much.
YouTube भेज देना, सबको YouTube भेज देना सर.
Sure, sir, sure. Thank you so much, respected dignitaries, to join our today's webinar. And thank you so much, all respected guests and our participants. Thank you, all of you. Now it's the time to end that session. Thank you.
Thank